I'm willing to do both rounds. We're already over halfway through 2, and they only do 2 and 3 today. I like it because the Vikings have 3 picks today, and we're coming up on the first one here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to power through. Like Adam said, he's going to go and write an article on whoever we choose here coming up, and then he'll join back in. So whenever we get some viewers, which I expect to get, we'll talk about it. If not, I'll do a little recap until you join back in or we get some more people in the chat, and we'll just roll with it, you know?
We do need to know if Mr. Smith sounds kind of robotic and choppy to you guys. So if you're having that, if you can hear him that way, let me know, because right now it might only be me. I'm not sure, because I'm running a lot of internet at a house with bad internet.
Let us know. All right, we got 2 people in already. I don't know who's here, but thank you for joining us. Oh, David, what's up, man? Didn't see you yesterday. I'm glad you could make it today. Tell us what you thought about Adder's back. What's up? Tell us what you thought about yesterday's selections, David. Some questionable picks today. I don't like what the Chicago Bears.
Ooh, we came back at a really good time. This Eagles pick is very interesting.
Did they take it, Vanessa? Did they take him?
Oh, just wait. This is going to be a fun one to watch right here. The good news is that it doesn't really hurt the Vikings. The bad news is that it should confuse everybody.
Mr. Smith's stream is not great. Crap.
Mr. Smith's stream is not great. Yeah, he's sounding robotic to me, but like I said, my internet's using so much weird stuff that I was kind of wondering if it was just me.
Oh,
yeah, welcome back, Jakes. And
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I am not mad at this pick at all. With Carson Wentz jumping out sometimes every year to injury, this is interesting.
Yeah, it's something, isn't it? I didn't see this coming.
I didn't think he would be in the second round. I definitely didn't think Philadelphia would pick him. But this makes sense when the more say out loud. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a starting quarterback. I think he's a great backup. That could be a nice little tandem there.
I wonder if they're going to try to work out situations to get them both on the field.
That'd be a nice package.
Because Hurts is very athletic.
Yes, he is.
So there is some stuff they could do with him.
There's the first one there. We need to get Epinesa. Yeah, that'd be nice.
There's some good offensive linemen out there, too.
Here it is. I hope Justin Jefferson is not the next Williamson or Treadwell. What if can he be the next Cordero Patterson? Would that be okay with you? Oh, this is so great that this is flying by. Last night took a little longer than I wanted. TV time.
I was okay with last night because it gave us time to just kind of BS about what we were thinking and just in general work with the people in the chat, answering questions, having fun. It's going to be a little speedier tonight, but should still be a good time.
Dave, I'm sorry for my internet, but yes, we did. We did the draft just like we're doing now, live last night, and we were very shocked when Jordan Love was selected by the Packers. We were very, very shocked.
Benjamin Albright of NFL.com says, given the quarterback injury history, it's bold of the Eagles to select a guy named Hurts.
Wow. Ooh, that's a good point. See, that's what I'm talking about. You can see I call him Tua, Jalen Hurts playing a role like Taysom Hill. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That's what I said. If they can figure out a way to work him onto the field, and if he's willing to take on that kind of a role, they could have some fun with him.
Who should we get next? I vote offensive line, but if Epinesa is there, I would not be surprised.
The best player out there right now is Ezra Cleveland. in my opinion.
Boom, there, look at that. Before you could get it out there. There you go, Eric. Glad to have you guys back. We got 6 people in. That's good. David, to come back to what you're talking about today, I really enjoyed Chris Sims, and I listened to today. I purchased a new vehicle today, by the way. It was a lot of fun, and I got to listen to a lot of draft recap on the way up and back down to purchase that today. And Chris Sims said, I'm pissed off for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why they did that. So to further your pick there, or your topic, I don't know, but that was really funny. And I, as a Viking fan, I love it because they did nothing in the way of helping him out, which is very good for us. Chicago did not have a first-round pick, so that's good for the Vikings as well. They took a tight end in the second round to start out with. I think they had 2 picks this round. I'm not sure why the hell they picked a tight end with all the other great players at other positions around because they could have gotten him later. Booger McFarland is on my screen. It says the Buffalo Bills pick is in because they turned their pick in to pick a player from the 2020 NFL draft.
So weird.
Oh, here you go. Is it still messing up? Is that what you're saying? Weird.
Yeah, you're still chopping in and out a little bit, but like I said, it's not bad enough where I think we need to cancel the stream or anything, but we can work with it, I think.
We'll try to power through it. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why. Thank you, Adder. Yeah, Andrew, we can try to do that. I'll call him out. I was gonna say type him out, but that's just not. I can just say it and it'd be a lot easier. The Bills are on the clock at 54. Their pick is in. We are number 58. Baltimore and Miami are coming up respectively after Buffalo. There it is. Kind of sad Winfield Jr. is off the board. I am sad too. I think he's a fantastic player. I think it's excellent that he's going to go play for Bruce Arians, however long he's in Tampa, though. I think that's a great, great coach for him to be under.
Oh, definitely. And they're going to do creative things with him.
Ooh, there he goes. I'm just waiting for it to come up on ESPN's stream.
Yep.
Damn. That's a good player. The Bills are sneaky good.
Cat, scratch, scratch, scratch. Sharpening his claws.
Captain Obvious is Booger. Yeah, I know, right? All right, the Iowa Wonder Kid, second round to the Buffalo Bills. What a sneaky good team the Buffalo Bills have become.
Still 2 quality offensive linemen on the board, and the Vikings pick is coming up. I was worried that they'd have to trade up to get one of these guys.
That's what they're going to do, right? They're going to pick one of these offensive linemen.
You'd think. Especially now with pass rush, the top pass rusher going, I mean.
So here's the question, Adam. Christian Fulton is still out there, I believe.
I know I've said that before, and I kind of would like it.
What was the issue with him sliding? Was it a drug test or failure or something there?
I'm really not sure.
Why is he sliding? Because he was, up until a week ago, he was in the top 15 to 20. Maybe 25 is the latest I saw him.
Yeah, he was definitely projected to be in the first. But like I said, with this year's draft, it's hard for really to figure. Why are they showing all these brothers and sisters of these players?
This is day 2 filler right here.
Ridiculous. But yeah, it's hard to evaluate these players based on just game tape and a Zoom call.
The real question is, Ravens, what are you doing and why have you not put the pick in? This is what the second round is going to make me just anxious all the time because it's going by so fast. There it is. Picked is in. Is there any credibility that the Vikings go after Trent Williams? Well, I can tell you from what we talked about last night, I don't think, and Adam is probably on the same board here with me, he can tell me if he disagrees. I don't think that the Vikings are going to choose 14 players out of this draft. Now, what they decide to do with that draft capital, I have no idea. They certainly have the picks to go after someone. But I was kind of thinking if they were going to do it, it would have been today. don't know.
With that Laramie Tunsil deal, just jacking up the price of left tackles. I don't know. I mean, they're going to end up paying him a lot of money. We're talking 18, 19 million per year. And I don't think the Vikings can work that into the cap, even if they do end up cutting Riley Reef and, trading Harris. And let's be honest, too. Are losing both of those players worth Trent Williams? In my opinion, no.
No. Damn, Scott, you must have the same internet that I do. He's finally at the Ravens Pigs End. We'll keep you up to date, man. Glad to see, man. We have 11 people in here watching live with us. Thanks for joining us.
The Ravens grabbed Dobbins. So, yeah, their pick is done. And that'll put Miami on the board again. Those darn Dolphins always be picking. Meow.
There he is. If we go with Ezra, that'll answer my question. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I really want to know how far the Fulton kid is going to slide because we need another corner. We absolutely need another corner, and I would not be mad at all if they do that.
I don't know if Zimmer could pass on him if he fell all the way. I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. Offensive line is where I personally would go, but I don't know if Zimmer can say, I don't know. Yeah. It's going to be tough to see. Not a bunch of dead money, but he does have a penalty that'll be incurred. I think it's only 3 or 4 million and they'll save like 7 or 8 or 9 million. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the deal too much, but yeah,
for you, Adam.
Yeah, I just answered that.
Oh, sorry about that.
You silly guy.
I'm looking here. I'm just laughing at Skull memes on Twitter. It's the Carson Wentz Vikings starting quarterback in 2023. I certainly hope not, because that means there's a big reason for the Eagles to get rid of him. That's funny. Mike Golick Jr., Eagles. What are you doing? I love right now. This is so good.
That pick, the quarterbacks are going places past the initial, quarterbacks. Now I'm just not sure of what's going on. The difference between the Packers and Eagles is that Carson Wentz is 27 and Rodgers is 36. Yeah.
Jake, you make a great point. They can do whatever they want, pretty much within reason. It's pretty nuts.
All right, Ravens, we know your pick. Now move it along.
This is ESPN. Just, God, they're taking forever. Don't drag the draft out. This is how you know the guys that we're sports addicts and we need something in our lives because we're screaming at people to put another shot in our vein right now. Give us more.
We need it.
Are we going to draft a quarterback this year? So we think. I don't know, man. Depends on who's there, but I don't like the backup situation. I would love if the Vikings got Jake Fromm. I would love that so much. Go ahead and kick Sean Mannion right out the door. They'd never do that, but at least he could come in as maybe the 3.
Yeah, there are some solid quarterbacks there that they could draft and develop. Jake Fromm, Jacob Eason. And who knows how far they'll fall now. We're seeing teams grab quarterbacks that we did not think would grab quarterbacks. So who knows? And there's still quarterbacks in free agency that teams might feel more comfortable with.
Jake Fromm, State Farm. Jake asks, what are you watching it on right now? So I'm guessing what network or what device, what platform?
I am watching it on the Sling live stream. because it's free.
Solid choice.
And I am cheap. Free is the right price for me.
All right, J.K. Dobbins. They took a running back.
Yep.
Don't they have Mark Ingram there?
Yeah, but you can never have enough running backs. Committees are the way to go.
I'm really curious to watch the Colts this year. They have an interesting team, pulling together pieces to run all over to kind of make just a scrap heap out of old guys that used to be good. But I got a really good running back. I don't think Miami's going to take one of the linemen because they got a guard and a tackle already. So that leaves the Rams in front of us to pick one of those offensive linemen. Twitter is asking right now, if the Vikings don't go with offensive line here and they get another corner, does that mean that the Trent Williams deal is going to happen? That doesn't mean anything is going to happen.
The Miami Dolphins have taken Raekwon Davis.
Defensive player?
The defensive lineman, I believe. Yep.
All right.
Big old defensive tackle from the Alabama Crimson Tide, 6'7", 306. He's a disruptor in the middle.
Clint, that was a golden comment because everything ties together with that. He is the best running back on their team. It's funny.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings took a defensive tackle to put next to their new guy that they got to replace Linval Joseph. So that's another place that we could see the Vikings take a pick. We could see another wide receiver. We could see another defensive back. We could even see an edge rusher because, let's be honest, we have seen it in the past where Mike Zimmer has seen talent in a pass rusher that other analysts and coaches haven't, and it's paid off. So we'll see.
Don't feel bad, Jake. Adam's way ahead of me, too. I'm just going off my Wi-Fi and ESPN stream.
Oh, I won't spoil the Vikings pick. Don't worry.
He's a nice enough man. He didn't do it last night. He knew before all of us.
I'll do it for other teams. Because really, who cares about them? They could all go jump off a bridge.
That's a solid
kick some sand.
Adder, I like Adder's contributions almost every time. Yeah, I can see the Rams doing that. The line is old and they have a lot of.
But at this point, too, with the Vikings picking 2 away and the Rams only between, that means there's both those offensive linemen that I was talking about available, and they're only 2 picks away, so they're bound to have one if they want them. But yeah, the Rams need offensive line help too. Their offensive line last year was just banged up so badly, and they could not get anything moving. I don't blame a lot of their struggles on offense on a lot, but that offensive line was. Ugh.
Hey, Adder, I really appreciate you letting me know how that sounds. Clint says Adam is in the draft room. Adam, he's the go-to guy in the chat, man. Adam liked to say a long time ago, Kyle Smith, you can be the face of the Purple People podcast. Adam Carlson runs the show. Don't let anybody tell you differently. He is the backbone of the show.
No way. Shows are 10 times more entertaining when I'm not here. You guys are the lifeblood, man. You and the other Kyle.
That's because we do whatever we want, and it's usually terrible. But let me tune into this train wreck. Raekwon Davis. I forgot what he was at Alabama. Wow, another Alabama defensive tackle taken super high. That's a shocker. This is great, though. I'm glad you guys can just sit here and watch dead space between us because this is just such a cool format. And then we'll share the screen for you guys that weren't here yesterday, like David. We're going to put it on when the Vikings take a selection when they're on the clock or whatever. I'll share the screen. I'm not going to do the audio for copyright reasons, but we can show you at least a video who they're going to pick in live time, and we won't spoil it for you.
All right, I'm going to have a little bit of fun here. I'm going to go into the Facebook Messenger, and I'm going to message Kyle Smith who I think the Vikings are going to take.
I'll tell you if he picked it right. Wow, that is not a name that I was expecting at all. But I have it right here. And they
It
haven't
just
been picked
fits.
yet, so this isn't, Adams way ahead of us and he knows what it is.
I mean, the Rams could take him. I don't know who the Rams took yet, but I think this is fun. Figured have a little bit of fun with it.
Clint says, "Did you see the clip?" No, but I want to. If you have this on Twitter, send it to me and Facebook or something because I really want to see this. Just that context alone makes me want to watch it. That makes
Wide
me
receiver Van Jefferson to the Rams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
And
Cook's left, and then
I don't know. They still had enough wide receivers, in my opinion, but I guess why not?
It's a kicker, isn't it? I think we're done drafting kickers for a while.
Yeah.
Has not worked out for this team. Just go pick up a free agent and pray. That's the schedule now.
Dan Bailey until he retires.
I'm down with it.
Just keep throwing money at him each year.
David says no. What? Yeah, no, it's not a kicker. Promise. It's a name that I've only heard like 2 or 3 times. I've heard the name, but couldn't tell you.
He fits everything I think that the Vikings want to do.
We'll give you a hint. It's a position that wasn't picked yesterday. That's all I'll give you. Yeah, a lot of draft coverage I listened to today, and it was very interesting. A lot of people saying that Miami won yesterday, Jacksonville, and of course us. Having multiple picks helps, but a lot of people loving that that Justin Jefferson pick that he fell.
I don't think you can share a pick in the live YouTube chat. I don't think you can.
No, you can't share photos in YouTube comments. I don't believe. It's going to be a long snapper around too. Clint is just coming with the fire comments tonight. This is so good.
He is. He's rolling.
It couldn't be any more shocking than Green Bay taking Jordan Love yesterday. Good Lord. Rodgers still has 4 years left on his deal. He's going somewhere else. And I never thought I'd see him not be a Green Bay Packer. Just write it off in the sunset there. There's the center for the Rams on ESPN, the one that had the coronavirus. So he's doing well, telling everyone to stay home and telling everyone he's recovering. I still see he has traps the size of my head, so I feel like he's doing okay. Good for him for resting up. I would love to see Von Miller and how he's doing. I know he was on yesterday, according to other people I listened to in podcasts today, but man.
Your TV stream is a little bit ahead of my my Sling. Sling's poop. I don't think I'd pay for this.
There you go, Scott. Josh Jones and Ezra Cleveland still available. Yep.
They are.
Not choose either one of these guys. That is not who he thought. Jesus, man. Come on. Let's put the pick up already.
We all know who it is. And we get to see that great Rams logo. Other places on Twitter have had time to make graphics for these new players that are drafted before the pick is announced on TV. That's sad.
I like to set up, look at Sean McVay's backyard when it comes up. It's like a tic-tac-toe board or a checkerboard. The guy from Cliff Kingsbury from Arizona had the same kind of deal. This must be a thing among super rich people to have in their backyard. I feel like cutting those little strips of grass would be super annoying. Not that these people cut their own grass, but thanks for coming to my TED Talk, guys.
And how come none of these players have look like they live in trailer parks?
That's true.
It's like everybody's got a big house with a pool table, and
I wonder who paid for that. Could be the schools. This is a good one too. Yeah, Scott, this is so interesting. The Vikings have so many options right here. It's going to be super interesting to see where they go. That Rams logo is crap. I hope it was free. They had a whole marketing team, man, and that's what they decided on. I mean, I get it. I understand the concept, but the execution just I don't know.
Well, I think I may be very wrong considering some information I just saw on Twitter.
I'm going to share the screen here now, and we're going to put you guys in, come in live with us. So you can watch the pick as it happens. Adam promises not to spoil, even though he's probably
Nope.
before.
No spoilers.
So you guys can make the pick now before the Vikings officially put it in. Who do you think the Vikings are going to select right here? I'm going to get on Twitter and see if I can find the answer first.
Yeah, word on the street is, according to Julie Donaldson. Let's see, what is she? She is an anchor on NBC Washington. She said that Trent Williams is most likely to go to the 49ers per sources.
Holy crap.
Also, it does not appear as though Minnesota has any interest at this time.
I think it's a smart move. I would like him, but there's a lot of risk there.
The Vikings pick is in, so this is going to happen. OL, DT, S, CB, and WR. It's weird that WR is still in need. Yep, I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
All right. If you're happy to be wrong, I wonder if that makes you happy in general. And if you're happy, that means I think I know where they went.
Taco Bell. Home of the chalupa.
I'll take a beefy 5-layer burrito, please.
Put that 6th layer on there and we're talking. But I'm going to have to write up this pick, so after I hang out with you guys for probably about a couple minutes after the pick, just to BS, I'm going to have to hop out. Mr. Smith will be handling things. But here we go.
Well, I found out who it is, and I'm not mad.
No, you can't be.
All right, guys. Vikings Twitter should be happy with this pick. They should absolutely be happy with this selection.
There it is.
Ezra Cleveland, offensive tackle from Boise State, 2-time first-team All-Mountain West.
Cool. A lot of Vikings fans didn't want him with the Vikings' second pick in the first round, but I have a feeling they'll be quite happy with landing him in the second round.
This is good value. This is a position of need, I would say, for grooming, and the line has to be addressed, even though there's some good spots there. Still want to see a guard picked at some point if they don't pick up Josh Klein again.
Well, the nice thing about Ezra Cleveland is that they will be able to move him around. He could play left tackle. He could play right tackle. This doesn't signify the end for Riley Reiff, as either one of them could move inside to a guard. And it'll be fun to watch all this go down, because all you got to do is get talent in that room, and they'll find a way to fix it. And I don't know if the Vikings still have faith in Pat Elflein or where they're going to go with a lot of this, but right now you've got to be happy that the Vikings did immediately address the offensive line with a pick as early as the second round on a big, talented pass blocker that's known to have a little bit of a mean streak for the run.
Look at all these happy comments in the chat here. 18 people, man. This beats last night. This is good. Thank you guys for joining. If you can comment and you want to chime in on anything, just let me know. I'm very happy with this selection. So to take this down once this graphic leaves. So Justin Jefferson, Jeff Gladney, and now Ezra Cleveland, a tackle. Vikings are checking off all the boxes going down right now. This is great. Look at old Zimmer there on the ranch.
Yeah, you got to think that Kirk Cousins is smiling, thinking about what he's gotten so far with a really good weapon on the outside and some extra help on the offensive line. You got to think that he's happy.
Jake, stand by. I will tell you real quick. I'm going to scroll up in my chat, and I'll tell you right now. So the Vikings pick 58, which is just now, 89 and 105. Assuming they don't trade in and out. right. I'm happy with that pick. For the record, if you guys wanted to know, Adam thought we were going to select Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle.
I did. That's when I thought that the Trent Williams was still a possibility. And as soon as I saw that Minnesota was likely out, I was like, oh man.
Johnny Green, how do y'all feel about Justin pick? If you're talking about Justin Jefferson, I was honestly surprised he was still there. I was very surprised he was still at 22. Didn't expect Henry Ruggs to go as the first wide receiver in this draft. So things kind of started getting a little weird and jumbled up. So I'm glad that we got him. And I think he's a great, you know what the great part is? He doesn't have to come in and be a number one. That's my favorite part about it.
Do you want to know something great about Ezra Cleveland, though?
Yeah.
When the Minnesota Vikings selected, he was number 1 on their best available list.
That's good value. God, that's good value.
So I'm going to take off for probably about 5-10 minutes.
Take your time.
And then I'll be back to talk about more draft picks. And then I won't have to leave you again until it's time to say goodnight.
All right. We'll be here.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, guys. It's going to be just me here. So I'm going to need you to help me carry this show while Adam is out. Kyle West is not going to be in until he's not going to be for another 2 hours. He's working right now. So whatever your guys' thoughts are, whatever you want to talk about, just let me know. I'm really excited so far with this draft. I kind of wanted the Vikings to select Christian Fulton, but the kid is sliding for some reason. What I heard was drug testing, maybe. I'm not really sure what the specifics were, but we definitely have a glaring need still at corner. I think there's a lot of depth that needs to be there. He'd be a great value pick in the second round. David is asking, are you guys going to be on tomorrow? We are not. We did last night. We did tonight. I don't know enough about the players to give honest conversation about who they select tomorrow. Haven't done a deep dive, at least in the round 2 and going into 3. We've heard of most of these guys, but maybe next year. That'd be cool. Yeah, there we go. Adam will be back. So Adam works over here on the Viking Age, and he's writing an article right now. So if you guys could go check his work out and support him, that'd be great. And I say this every show because I feel like it's my due diligence as being one of the faces of the show. If you click on the Viking Age and you go to an article that is written by Adam Carlson and you interact in the bottom in the comments, that boosts his numbers and he gets paid more. So the more you interact with his stuff, the better. I try to do it from time to time, just get him there and be like, hey, I know this guy. He's really awesome. And you can help Adam out a lot that way. That's his income. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. I think Williams is out of the question just personally, Scott, because he just costs too much. There's such a question mark there. You know, there's not a lot of like solidity there. There's a lot more questions than I have answers. But yes, we do need more offensive linemen. We need guards. We need to go get some guards. That's what we need. I do have my guitar right here. That would make for a very awkward time, but I like where your head's at, Eric. Fun fact, I played for my son earlier. We FaceTimed before we started this, and my son is turning 3 next month. And I played my guitar, and he went and grabbed his harmonica, and he started playing it, and it lit my heart up with just all the love in the world. It was so cool. Where do you think Mims goes? Let's look and see, man. Let's look around for Denzel Mims. I think he's gone already. Oh, I stand corrected. This is the guy that I thought mirrored the size of Laquan Treadwell that I did not want. Where would Denzel Mims go? Who needs a wide receiver? Tennessee lost Tajay Sharp, and they're coming up here soon. That'd be a good pick. I saw Mims in some mock drafts going in the earlier of the first round, but we're almost out of the first here, so or the second, I should say. Sorry. Rod, what's up, dude? So you just chimed in. Adam's going to be back. We just went over the pick. The Vikings selected Ezra Cleveland, offensive tackle. Very good value. Adam's going to go write an article about that on the Viking Age, and then he'll jump back in And we're going to stay here for round 3 as well. It's going to be a long show, but we're going to see if the Vikings move around. So we'll see what happens. Is Fromm still there for the next pick? Can we pass on that? It depends. According to Mel Kiper, which I don't put any stock into what he says because it's a lot of 50-50 with him. He's whiffed on a lot of picks. He has the kid from Hawaii or Washington, one of those guys. I can't remember. He's got him as the number 1 quarterback available, and then Jake Fromm. I would love to see Jake Fromm come in and compete with Sean Mannion because I think Sean Mannion is total ass and he should not be on the team. But they wouldn't do that. They're probably going to roll with him as the number 2 this year. And then if Jake Fromm could shine, he could be a backup later. But I would love to get Jake Fromm, but I would love Christian Fulton more or a defensive tackle. Just my opinion. He said honky tonk it. Yeah, what kind of honky tonkin we talking about? Bronx, what do you think? You want to get in on this action? We have a lot of time. Come on. Not you. Up there. So my dog's gonna make an appearance. Yep, come say hi. Say who do you want the Vikings to pick? Yeah? You don't know? I don't know either. I don't know who they want us to pick. All right, buddy. I love you too. All right. Cleveland blocked from Madison at Boise State. That is true. Somebody else said that. I think Scott Schwab said that up top. There's a good connection there, so you can hear it. Look some highlights and see what he did for him the year before. All right. Here we go. Favorite guys left. No particular order. All right, David. Colin Johnson from Texas. Big possession receiver. We could always use another receiver. Bryce Hall, Christian Fulton. Tanner Muse. Tanner Muse. All right, let's talk about Tanner Muse for a second. If you're talking about the kid from Clemson, he actually played high school in the city that I grew up in. So I know a lot about him because everybody talks about him there. That would be awesome. I have never heard of that defensive tackle, and they always have unique names, but that is cool. I am down with that. That's my pet. My working dog is over there, but I don't want to get them riled up for audio purposes, even though they might start playing in the background. Will the Bears take another tight end? I don't think so. I'm talking to my buddy James. Shout out to James Hart, 18 Visions and Burn Halo. He's a good singer and a good friend of mine. He is pissed with the Bears right now. So I thought that was really funny. I think they need offensive help, though. I think their defense is pretty stacked. I don't know. Patriots pick Josh Uche, outside linebacker from Michigan. Filling up that void that Kyle Van Noy left when he was out the door. Trent Williams for a 3rd or a 4th. No, I don't think that's going to happen, man. We were talking about that. You and Scott are high up on the Trent Williams thing. I understand the want for Trent Williams. I don't hate the guy. I just think that there's more questions than answers. Don't really know how I feel about that. Take a much cheaper option you can hopefully mold. We don't even know if the guy's healthy yet. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, we talked about Jonah Jackson yesterday, I believe. Or no, it was Josh Jones. These double J's got me messed up. Adder was talking about that yesterday. Yeah, Clint, I was laughing too, man. My buddy James is pissed about the Bears. The Bears they're trying, but God, they're stumbling over their own 2 feet. I can't believe they took a tight end. This is probably the weakest position in this draft, and they took it in the 2nd round. They didn't need to do that. I like this too. If you guys aren't watching, I'm watching on. I've got 2 screens going on. I mean, it's the same Apple screen, but I have 2 windows open, I should say. I like that these teams know who they want and they put it in. The Titans pick is already in, and we just talked about the Patriots. That's the way it should be. Let's keep the shit rolling, man. These dogs. My dogs are going to make an appearance. I'm sorry. I usually keep them out of the shot, but we're going to be here all night. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. This is weird kind of talking to myself, but I'm really happy. Is there anybody from yesterday? Because I was looking at Vikings Twitter, and it was just, don't do that. Don't look in the comment section. People will get on your fucking nerves. Is there anybody from yesterday or up until now in this Ezra Cleveland pick that you really, really wanted? You really think the Vikings missed out on? If you think you have one of those, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it because you could have zigged when they zagged, vice versa. But I think that for the most part, they got it right. I think it's just nitpicking at this point over players. But is he still on the Vikings coaching staff? Let's look that up. I love Terrence Newman, the ageless wonder. Currently serves as a nickel and defensive backs coach for the Minnesota Vikings. That's a yes. Hi, bud. All right, go lay down. Go lay down. I'm with you, Jake. Jake hates all the commercials too. My buddy Nick Cattles, I was stationed in Virginia. He was talking about this yesterday. I mentioned it on yesterday's podcast. They purposely do this every so often just to keep people watching. It's really, really annoying, especially now since they know we don't have sports and we'll stay here. We're going to do this all the time, so that's super annoying. The Purple Poochie Podcast. You're damn right. That's right. I can't help it, man. I'm stuck with these dogs for the rest of my life. My job. And it's just nice to have around. You know, when you're a single dude like me and you live at home, it's nice to have some kind of companion. They'll always keep you entertained and give you a good purpose. This is a great comment here. And it's not because I agree with you, because I do, but I can't realistically see how this draft could have gone much better. I agree with you, man. I didn't think Jefferson was going to be there. If you guys tuned in last week, it was like just try to fill time now and just bullshit for a little while. I did a draft profile on Jeff Gladney, which brush that shit off right there. And then I did it on Brandon Ayuk. And I said either one of these guys could be available at 22 and 25. And this is who I think the Vikings will select. I wanted Justin Jefferson, and I would have done a profile on him, but I thought he was going to go to the Eagles. I thought he might go to the Raiders at their 19th pick or whatever they had. So I'm with you. I don't know how this draft could have went any better. He was absolutely a value pick at 22. I think he could have gone, I won't say much higher, but he should have gone higher than 22. I don't know why the hell the Eagles selected a wide receiver they could have probably gotten in the second round. Thank you. Appreciate that. And then it's debatable on the corner issue if you want size. I always like a big corner. But watching the kids' highlights and breaking it down in the episode last week that we did, I mean, this kid is just, he's a badass, man. I love it. And the cool thing that I heard about Jeff Gladney today is he's 5'10", which is short, but his wingspan, I mean, good God, it's like 80 inches from here to there. Like, it's something stupid. It's a ridiculous number. I know I probably whiffed that number up, but I know at least one length of his arm is like 31 and a half. So he can get very handsy and disrupt catches. So I really like that. Jake says, can't stand most of the fan base. It's either doom and gloom or Super Bowl, and you can't actually debate. No, you can't, man. I have to stay out of there because I get really mean with people like that just because I think they're really stupid. And what do I know, man? I'm just another guy, probably just like them. Probably ironic that I say that, but there's a lot of these guys, they just can never be satisfied. They're never satisfied. And I'm happy with what the Vikings have done. I think Rick is killing this draft. Even up to this pick now, I think Rick Spielman is murdering this draft right now, and I think Mike Zimmer is very happy. That may not be a yes. Earlier during Trev Wamjig's draft, he's for instance Viking. That's funny. Scott, that's awesome. Other than the Tunsil incident or something and Judy Lamb driving to the Vikes, it worked out so well. Yeah. I mean, you got to think too, like teams like Philadelphia, they've had a goofy head coach. Even though Doug Peterson's badass, he's still kind of like nonchalant. And then you got the Raiders, man. Mike Mayock and John Gruden couldn't be a better marriage together. Christian Fulton is gone, going to the Titans. Wow. What a value pick they got there. Damn. Well, there goes the hope there of Christian Fulton. I think to make this draft better, I would really like to see the Vikings use some 12 picks to get higher in the second round. Yeah, I'm with you there. There's no way they're going to draft 14 players. So I think they should come in and double dip in the second and third round and get really good players there. I'm with you, Scott, 110%. I was hoping quarterback the Eagles took would have fallen to us at that spot. I like Jalen Hurts. I really do. I think it was masked because he played at Alabama, because that makes you look a little bit better than you are, because you're always beating SEC teams and going to the playoffs. But I like Jalen Hurts. I think that's a great fit that the Eagles took him there. What? That's cool. I got this on 47 Athletic, something like that. I just want a really oversized Vikings logo. I like this thing a lot. I was going to shop on this thing on Mitchell and Ness. They have a lot of good Viking stuff, but Jesus, is expensive. The Packers are on the clock at 62. The Vikings pick at 86 or 89, I believe. So we still got a ways to go. We'll see how these teams at the end that were in the playoffs do and where they decide to go there. God, if I'm a Packers fan, I am pissed they took a quarterback yesterday. They reached up to get him, too. Good God. Eric Spank talking about attitude and heart. Yeah, talking about Gladney, man. He's a badass. He's one of those people that'll go out there and just make – you can tell, like, hey, don't throw the ball over here. I'm going to make you have a bad day. I like his recovery speed, too, is what Luke Braun from Locked On Vikings talked about a lot. If per se somebody does get an extra step on him in a route, he can turn around and have good recovery speed to at least break the pass up, which I really like. I know, dude. Andrew said it right here. I hope he's not the next Josh Robinson. It went through my head. It's the first guy I thought of. I didn't say it out loud, though. Thanks. I wish they would go kicker. Dude, I mean, you got to think, man. I don't hold a bunch of grudge over the Packers, because it's just another team, you know. I think it's kind of childish to do that. Yeah, they are our rivals, but just kind of look at them like as another team. I'm feeling for these fans, because you were so close to getting to a Super Bowl. If Aaron Rodgers wins another Super Bowl, it puts to bed a lot of questions that they have, because he did, especially at such an older age as a quarterback. But I for the life of me can't understand that selection. That's an interesting pick. Wow. A.J. Dillon from Boston College. Okay. Got an extra weapon there behind Adam Carlson's back. What's up, dude?
Packers. Not much. Got my article written, and
damn, that was fast.
No, hang out. Well, I had a lot of it pre-written.
Okay. So the Packers add another running back behind Aaron Jones. Interesting.
They wanted skill players. Load up.
It's not a terrible pick. I probably would have got a wide receiver, but a lot of them have already been taken.
Christian, how much do you think they got paid for the Panini backgrounds there?
That's funny. I heard something today. I forget who it was. I think it was Diana Rossini was talking with Dan Levitzard, and they were saying that Saints coach Sean Payton purposely put a bunch of non-NFL sponsored things around in the camera shots to piss the NFL off, which I thought was
absolutely
a funny move.
But yeah, I'm guessing you guys talked a lot about that Cleveland pick, and personally, I'm super excited about it, because I'm not sure what they're going to do with him and what they're going to do with Riley Reiff and how they're going to work on the interior of that offensive line. But the one thing you can't be mad at is that they looked at the option of Trent Williams. They saw that they wanted a little bit too much for him, and that maybe a contract was going to break the bank. So they wait and they be patient. And an offensive lineman, a high quality, high potential offensive lineman, falls in their lap at the second round, and they draft him, and now they can develop him into what they want. To me, this is kind of a win-win situation. If they get a young player that they can grow and develop on their own, that's not going to break the bank. They got him for at least 4 years now on a nice cheap deal. I'm a big fan of this pick.
What I did while you were gone, Adam, we went through the comments one by one. We had a lot of interaction, asked about yesterday's thoughts, talked a little bit about Jeff Gladney, which I really liked, and just kind of breaking down how the draft is going so far.
It's nice to have the familiarity between him and Alexander Mattison as well.
Yeah, that was mentioned in the chat. We've got some good, you're on the same page as our awesome listeners here. Scott Schwab gets a shout out because he is sharing this, he says, in his Vikings family Facebook page. He said he'll share the link again. We really appreciate that, man. That's awesome of you.
I still hate Green Bay for having Alexander. I hate them. I wanted Alexander on the Vikings so bad.
I remember that.
And I just knew he was going to be good. Like, way too good.
All right, so we're almost back to the start of the first round, if that's right, with Cincinnati being the first and the third. So we're at 63. At 65, Cincinnati will be the start of the third round.
How'd Seattle sneak in there?
I don't know.
Them sneaky Seahawks. But yeah, I'd say most of the top prospect wide receivers are gone now. We're going into a couple of tiers deep now.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the Vikings were able to grab arguably one of the 3 best wide receivers in this class.
Yep. Top 3, top 4, I think at the worst, if you want to get in there. It's definitely top 5 in this class. So happy about that. To be fair, the Packers wide receiver class was getting pretty meh. Yeah, that's right.
And I don't blame Aaron Rodgers for wanting weapons around him. Not one bit. But it is kind of weird to see Green Bay moving to more of a run style offense first. They're actually running the ball to open things up for Aaron Rodgers, which is something I wouldn't have really thought about too much back in the gunslinging days of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, complete opposite. Now he's saving his arm and open things up with the run, which is really, really cool.
Because I remember when every play was out of shotgun for Aaron Rodgers. Every play.
Much like another guy that used to play there. Weird.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine what would happen if Adrian Peterson were playing in an offense where the quarterback was only comfortable out of shotgun? He'd be lining up like 20 yards deep.
My brother sent me a direct message, just realizing now that the Packers' current quarterbacks are A-Rod and J-Lo. All right, that's quality. Quality.
That is quality.
That's amazing.
That is some pretty good stuff. So yeah, now we just get to watch the fan as round 3 trickles in.
Wish this would speed up just a little bit, but hey, we're here for the long haul. I have nothing to do tomorrow, so we'll be here for another hour and a half. Chiefs pick is in. Goodell is going to come up and say it now.
Tomorrow is going to be the busiest day for me as far as work on the Viking Age because there's going to be a lot of picks flying if they don't use them to trade up.
Willie Gay Jr. Nice.
Okay. I'm still surprised the Chiefs took a running back at the end of the first round.
I'm surprised at the running back that they took at the end of the first round. There was 2, in my opinion, way better ones, but they needed a running back. LaShawn McCoy is not the same that he was back in Philly, so I see the pick.
Give Randy a ring. Okay, that's something I don't understand.
Seahawks trade the pick to the Panthers. What do the Panthers want?
Panthers have had a weird draft, but I don't hate it.
It's typical. Just knowing that team, like just from the little bit that I can hear from it being my hometown team, this is a Panthers draft. This is such a Panthers draft. Even with a new GM and coach, this is such a Panthers draft. We're just going to grab all these studs on the defensive line and, the front 7 and just go after it. They've got decent weapons there, though. I'm excited, and we can talk about the Panthers a little bit because Teddy Bridgewater is there, and he's got the best running back in football, kind of in the same situation that he was when he started with the Vikings. At that time, still the best running back in football. They've got a couple of good wide receivers. They need a tight end. Not sure who they picked up, but decent little team. Christian McCaffrey is something else, so I'm happy for him.
Kyle West sharing stuff in our group chat, I tell you.
Yeah, he is. Showing some love to our new offensive lineman there. Josh Jones making it to round 3. That would be unexpected. Wonder if he would work at guard. That's a good question. This is funny. There's a few articles I just searched that say Cincinnati Bengals should take Josh Jones at 33. This is the stuff that I live for as a football nerd. I heard that guy's name going in the first or early second. We were about to start the third round and he is still there. What do teams know that we do not know?
I think that's a lot to do with those interviews. The interview process can really change the outlook of a player in a big way.
Eric says that he thought this style of draft would have moved better than or faster than traditional. I would have thought so too, man. But they're milking this right now because there's no sports anywhere. I will give him credit though. We gave him credit yesterday. I'll give him again. It's moving a little bit quicker than yesterday. Absolutely a shout out to the NFL for having a draft. It's going smooth. This is not an easy production that they're putting on. Everybody's working from remote locations instead of in the studio, so they've done a pretty good job so far. I can't really complain about it, except for Mike Vrabel and his kid taking a shit in the background. That was you got.
They can deny it all they want. It was totally happening.
He was totally taking a crap in the background. You got to tighten that up, Vrabel.
Alexander Madison on Twitter reunited, and it feels so good.
I like that.
It's fun to see players support each other like that.
Scott's got jokes. The guard shack. I had to go to one of those today. I had to take a ferry to go up to Connecticut to purchase the Jeep that I got today. I just stopped by the little guard shack. I feel so bad for those guys.
I swapped back over to my my Malibu today. I figure I can put the old Expedition out to rest because I don't need it for the winter anymore.
Oh, yeah. I remember that you had that. I didn't know you had a Malibu. That's cool.
Yeah, my folks had a 2017 Malibu that I ended up taking over. It's weird. It's one of those ones that if you like let it idle too long, it goes into that energy saving mode and it kind of like gets really quiet.
It's weird, man. I have a Grand Cherokee for work that does that, and it still messes me up. I've been driving it for 9 months.
Yeah, it still is unexpected. You kind of get confused if it. Like I'm used to driving older vehicles, so when something makes less noise, I worry that it's not running anymore. It's like, oh shit, trying to put it in neutral and trying to turn the key and see if it.
I think for the first year, a solid year, I did that with the stick shift, the manual transmissions I had. Those would every stoplight. Oh damn, I forgot. I got to keep my foot on the clutch now. I haven't driven one for so long. I forgot what it's called. Come on, commercials. Let's get this going.
But for $35 a line, you can get some phone service. Really, they needed to shorten the Verizon website. Verizon's too long for people to type.
Gimme. Less is more. Now that's something I can get behind. ESPN, The Last Dance, episodes 3 and 4. Now you can bet your sweet ass I will be watching those Sunday night. I watched those at work Friday. When did they go? Or Wednesday? Wednesday morning. Man.
I will not be watching them. But hey, I'm glad people are enjoying them.
We needed sports, and it gave me sports at some time.
Hey, I got my wrestling for sports and the NFL draft. I'm good.
Andrew, what are you talking about? Are they still making what? We need to know. Cornerback, guard, center, linebacker, quarterback. Panthers need a quarterback? Well, they need a backup. Kyle Allen followed.
The auto stop feature. No one likes that. Yeah, it's. My mom hated it more than anything. She would freak out every time the engine would kind of like do that slow down stall thing, and I know there's a way to turn it off, but yeah, I'm lazy.
If you want Vikings to trade up right now in the second, we can't do that, sir. They are in the third now.
Right.
Who do you think they should take? How much in draft picks would it take? Who's available? That's the question. Who is available and does it fit what we need? Because we got a tackle, we got a wide receiver, we got a corner. I think you got to go defensive line at some point. That would make a lot of sense. Maybe go corner again. I wouldn't be mad if there's a good wide receiver that's around.
Wide receiver, corner, edge rusher, defensive lineman, guard. I don't know. It's just
I mean, yeah, we keep leaving that out. Yeah, a guard would be nice.
there's the Panthers grabbing Jeremy Chin. Look, I'm just
Woo!
flying up like a rocket through that
Good
hole.
Lord, those were some good highlights. All right. Southern Illinois in the house. I see you. They got Yatur Gross-Matos, too, and the 38th pick. Solid choice.
Joe Burrow and T. Higgins. Man, the Bengals are just trying to make their offense look totally different.
Good for them.
No, Joe Burrow gets to throw to AJ Green and a guy that's a lot like AJ Green. Which AJ Green will he throw it to? Who knows?
Is that who? That's who you wanted the Vikings to take.
Oh yeah, because T. Higgins is AJ Green.
Logan Wilson to the Bungles. Thank you, David. That came up right across. That came across my screen right as you said that.
Logan.
All right, now we're going to start off the third round here. Pick 65. This is cool.
We're not here to judge their girlfriends unless they're stealing their cellular phones.
Well, now I'm intrigued because I didn't get to see it at first.
Oh, she is. She's all made up for the broadcast. Then you got like the goth sister off to the side.
That made me think of Wedding Crashers. God, I love that movie.
That is a good movie.
Todd, would it kill you to play a little competitive sports? Oh, man. We need to watch that this weekend. Redskins pick is in. There you go, Redskins. Way to be. Way to be.
I don't think we're going to see a trade up at this point. I think it's still too much to move up from their spot here, but
need another Linval. I think Michael Pierce will help with that, but
yep, Pierce is going to do that job, and I actually like the backup they got too, so I don't think they need another big fella on the D line as far as like the big run stuffer. They need that pass rusher.
Be interesting after the draft too. There's going to be a little lull period. There's going to be some free agents that are still out there that are going to get signed. Everson Griffin's still out there.
Yes.
Jadeveon Clowney, Cam Newton, Jameis Winston. There's a couple of handful of like household names that are still out there. Be interesting to see where they go. I'm not sure that any of those names that I mentioned will come to the Vikings, but I'm sure they'll find homes, and it'll be very interesting to see.
The people trying to figure out what the Vikings are going to do on the offensive line is hilarious. Does O'Neal move to left tackle, Reef inside, Cleveland to right tackle? Who knows at this point? At this point, you just get everybody there and figure it out.
You go back and sign Josh Klein, damn it. That's what you do. Ugh.
You just load up that room full of talent and let everything sort itself out.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that the Lions got DeAndre Swift. It's a good pick for them.
Yep, they didn't take his dad, though.
Who's his dad?
I don't know. They showed some highlights of him.
Oh, nice. Oh, here you go. Piggyback. We haven't piggybacked a lot in this show.
No, you haven't piggybacked in a bit.
Earlier statement. Well, Gilmore is Oklahoma. All right. It's cool.
We're getting closer to Kyle West time.
Yeah, I thought he was going until 10. I'm not sure.
Oh, 10 his time.
Yeah, I was about to say, still got another good hour and a half before he may be able to join.
Well,
here's the hot take of the day. Elf to the bench.
Oh,
it's crazy to me. I've said this in so many comments, and I've had to like stop typing them and just say, don't just stop. It's never going to end. all the crap that Riley Reef gets, we don't focus enough on how bad Pat Elflein was. It was so bad. Yeah, Reef is average. There's some highlight. There's one specific highlight out there in a Vikings page that I follow, and it was Reef just getting demolished in Soldier Field against Khalil Mack or whoever was on the edge. And it's like that's one game and that's one specific play. Did you watch Elflein at all last year? Because he struggled hard. It was really bad. I don't understand that, but yeah, Elf to the bench. That's funny. He did good. He did all right at center. I don't know. Maybe guard's just not where he needs to be.
I just don't think he ever came back from the injury. I don't think he ever had his confidence back. I think Riley Reef was really struggling because he knew that he needed to help out the right or the left guard, and that he just couldn't do it all. Not bad, not bad.
See you there. That's why it goes up on the screen. You deserve that one.
Elf
Adder's got a great one. Why don't we swap our O-line with our D-line and see what happens?
Jeez.
Woo! Just for one preseason game, not in the regular season. I'm all for it. Let's go.
I mean, I don't doubt that Danielle Hunter could throw some guys on the ground.
It's true.
It's all about the pancakes.
Yeah. I saw Josh Klein is expendable, and Elflein is still – he's going into, what, year 3? They still want to ride that wave out. They're always going to do that, especially for, being on his rookie deal.
Yeah, he's too cheap to really just cut. But I still can't believe they approached Josh Klein for a pay cut. To me, that was baffling because I thought he played well. Ooh, that football grill looks pretty nice. Could use one of them. I don't own a grill outside, so I should probably invest in one.
ESPN is on a commercial break, so I have no idea what we're talking about. But
it's on the commercial on ESPN.
My dog is having the time of his life back here, and I'm jealous. Scott Schwab says outside linebacker Zach Bond is best available currently.
According to ESPN or according to who?
I'm not sure. The Klein's cut makes we don't know why. We don't know why they cut Klein. I don't know. It's not like it saved him a ton of money either. Oh, hand clap. Matt Patricia got a haircut. Good for you, dude. That pencil's still there. That makes no sense on those laminated cards that you guys hold.
Loves the pencil.
It's a staple. He's got to keep it.
What's nice is the Lions need offensive linemen, and a lot of the really good ones are gone.
Poor Matt Stafford. Just being I don't mean to say anything bad about the city of Detroit, but good God.
So what do you think? Josh Jones to Detroit? I wasn't a big fan of Cleveland in the first round, but at 58, hells yeah. Ezra Cleveland can play either guard or tackle, and yes, he can. Ezra Cleveland was the 16th ranked player by draft expert Tony Pauline.
This is a good point here. We're talking about swapping the O-line and the D-line. Pierce would probably produce a significant amount of crotch sweat. I don't know that Cousins would like that. I liked it yesterday. They showed what Peyton Manning and what they had to go through, and they were breaking in new footballs and had to stay under center, and he thought that was so important. There's offensive lineman butt sweat on the top of his hand. He's like, you got to use that to break it in. Only Peyton Manning could get away with that, and I would not think it was disgusting.
Right. Chris Thomason of the Pioneer Press says, posted a tweet here that says, Alexander Madison on his former Boise State teammate Ezra Cleveland, we are super close.
Good.
Nice. Which guys don't say that they're super close unless they really are good buddies.
Andrew Leo. we have beat the piss out of Stafford for some years. I feel sorry for him. Yeah. Detroit snuck a win in there every now and again, but for the overwhelming majority, God, they've just been at the gutter. I feel bad for him. One playoff appearance in 10 years?
Oh, here's some good news for the locker room. Alexander Madison refers to Ezra Cleveland as a monster on the field and a goofball off it.
I like it.
That should be fun for some videos on Vikings.com.
Oh, here you go, guys. I said this earlier today because Adam shared a fantastic photo.
I don't know what's happening.
I mean, I'm just commenting for these guys.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't understand the lines passing on all these offensive linemen. I like Matt Stafford a lot. When he's healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, especially when he can have protection. But they are not doing much to get him what they need.
So Adam is talking about goofy people on the Vikings and getting along. I think we should bring B-Rob back and hire him as a personality. Ben Lieber is all right. He's kind of boring for me.
Yeah.
I like the flair that he brings.
And the new guy they brought in to replace Wabi, he doesn't seem to have a lot of personality, which is kind of disappointing. But hopefully he'll come into his own and find a groove. Oh man, these guys and their haircuts. Ashton Davis, why? The shaved sides, the curly stuff up top. Oh, jeez.
It's a new thing. Mahomes made it popular.
He did. Now everybody's doing it.
Oh, Kermit the Frog. Good for him.
See, I don't really miss Wabi.
I'm going to be quiet on that one.
I always thought especially his mailbags were very dry.
It's a little predictable for me. I thought he had a sweet job, though. God, I would love to have that job.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. I love what Seahawks team needs. There are like so many needs, but they're one of the better teams in the NFL.
I remember going into last year, a bunch of people had the Seahawks as in rebuilding, and then they just were awesome again. You got Russell Wilson, and Pete Carroll's a fantastic coach. Of course they're going to be good. Of course they are. It's so hard to win there, too. Good God, man.
And the Vikings seem to play there every year.
Every friggin' year. All right. David's spoiling the picks over here. I'm getting my live updates from him.
The interior offensive lineman starting to fall. There's a Bull Durham poster there for Adam Gase.
LSU guard. Second team all SEC. Not bad.
And it's not like the Seahawks couldn't use help on the inside of the offensive line.
They've neglected that line for as long as I can remember with Russell Wilson being there.
And the fact they can run the ball so well with that offensive line just baffles me.
If they had Indy or San Francisco's line, that team would be scary.
You can see a run on offensive lineman here. So what is the Vikings' next pick? What number is that?
I believe it's 89. Let me double check. I told
Oh, so we're still 20 picks away.
Yeah, it's up there. So that's earlier. We're scrolling. Yeah, 58, 89, and 105.
Okay.
So we still got another solid hour here, but we'll get through it. We'll get through this. The third round will go faster too. Not a lot of people watching on Friday night at 10 p.m., but football.
I like how your internet just random time seems to let out like a little fart.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if the people that are listening can hear it, but I can just hear it's like a little trickling gas coming out. You're trying to do like a real quiet one.
No, I would just let you guys know and hear it. Scott, I don't think he has a pack. I think he's got like an entire case that you would see it like.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the big shelf full. He's got an entire shelf in there. Is he sponsored by any gum? He should be.
At least locally, he's got to be.
That's the
if not on a national level.
Does he chew his food like that? Because if he does, someone needs to have a come to Jesus meeting with him. Imagine being at Thanksgiving and he chews his food like that.
That's one of my big pet peeves is people that can't chew their food properly.
So bad. I could put up with even that if I saw your food, but if there's a sound effect that goes on with it too, we have to talk there.
That and
what's going on.
When people do the food ASMR stuff.
Ugh. No. There's no need for that.
No. I do remember when the NFL was doing some weird like ASMR thing when that was really popular, and I remember that I did not like it.
Okay. I think that's super weird.
It's nice of them to want to cash in on some trends and get some social love, but Kyle, that was probably the interference from bookshelf or desktop speakers that you may have sitting right next to your monitor. Okay.
I don't have a bookshelf, but I do have a desk here. Desktop speakers that you may have sitting next to my monitor. I do have them sitting right there. They're off. I don't know if they need to be on, but yeah, I don't have them. The power's not onto them. I would not risk that because these things are loud.
Quarterback's still kind of dropping.
There it is. As long as they're not chewing on Pizza Ranch.
Oh.
I'll never do that when I visit Minnesota. I will never go there because
no
comments. I will never go.
Although who knows, maybe you can see Kirk Cousins and his family there.
I mean, he would be the guy that would go there. Man, the Dolphins pick is in. The last Pro Bowl quarterback they had was Dan Marino in 1995.
Oof.
Oh, God. You guys, it sucks to be a Viking fan sometimes, but it's not that bad. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a killer. An absolute killer. Oof. Blame the dog. Yeah, I've got my wired Turtle Beaches. That's what I wear here. They came free with the laptop that I have, so I like I told you, I'm super cheap, so this will work for me.
I don't know. The only Bluetooth I have is my mouse and my keyboard. You can charge them thanks to the plug-in at the USB. You know, the thing that plugs my Apple phone in, but everything else is hardwired in. I've got an interface. I've got these wire headphones. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I got wires all over the place. I'm fine with it. Dolphins always on the clock.
With their 15 picks that they have. Jesus.
Mel's best available. I'm still not sold that Tannehill is going to be great in the future. I don't know if he's going to be like a one-year wonder or...
Tannehill? Like Ryan?
Yeah. I'm not completely sold in on it, but I'm interested to see.
With Tennessee, I think with what they do, I think he's awesome, but I wonder how long that could last because the reason that they're good is because of their line and their running back. But what happens when you figure out a way to stop that? Because I don't think they have good wide receivers. That tight end they had there was there forever, but he's not there anymore. Walker. Lenny Walker,
yeah,
there he's getting old. Very old school approach there in Tennessee. I respect it. Run the shit out of the ball and have really good defense. I like it.
Dolphins got safety Brandon Jones. Again, it wouldn't be bad for the Vikings to take a safety just for depth purposes at this point. But in these early rounds 2 and 3, you don't really look for that depth. You draft those later and develop them. So it's nice to see safeties kind of coming off the board when the Vikings have other needs that are coming up.
See, that's a good one right there. Funny is how good Tannehill did once he left Miami. Also, Miami looks different because they got a head coach competent. I mean, that's part of it. What's weird to me is, speaking of Miami, we have time to fill, thinking about how bad the Dolphins were with Gase while he was there. Not only does he get another shot as a head coach, but he gets it in the same division. It's the most Jets thing ever to do. I don't understand that.
I like Scott Schwab here. He wants the Vikings to trade up, but he doesn't even really care who they take. He wants players now. Give us players.
I mean, for the sake of this podcast, I would like players now. That'd be great. I don't know if they're going to do it. That's the thing. Who is sitting here in this round that was it Jones? We were talking about the tackle.
Yeah.
Wouldn't kill you to get another one, but I'd like to see defensive line or corner again.
Yeah, in the third round, there's going to be some interesting picks. A lot of Vikings mocked up. Well, there goes that pick. That's who I was just going to say the Vikings would be eyeing up. Justin Matabuke.
That's another name.
People like them big defensive tackles that can rush the passer.
Key departure, running back David Johnson. Price, armed robbery. God, I hate Bill O'Brien. What an idiot.
Justin Matabuke doing the RVD pose there. He's the whole effing show.
God, that was such an underrated wrestler.
He's still wrestling. And there goes Josh Jones, huh?
It always confused me when I saw him come out. He always looked like Shawn Michaels to me.
I can see that.
Just a glance, you're like, what? Shawn doesn't wear a singlet like that.
Yeah, Alexander Madison is too excited on Twitter. He's just going nuts. Someone needs to calm this guy down. The culture is contagious.
Well, there goes your tackle.
Yep, there goes the defensive tackle I like, and here goes the offensive tackle.
Is Fulton still here? I thought he got picked.
Yeah, he's gone, I think.
Yeah, I thought Fulton went to the Titans. Jaguars already had the pick in. This is what I'm talking about. Now we're going to start rolling. I liked it too because the last time we looked at was Goodell sitting down in a chair. So even he's like, all right, let's get the show on the road, guys.
By the end of the draft, he's going to be sitting there with a cigar in one hand and a whiskey in the other and bearskin rug.
That might make me like him more. Show some like personality. He's such a robot. I hate it. I also don't like the fact that we don't know what salary is because I know that greedy bastard's taking a lot of money. Best available: Zach Bond, linebacker from Wisconsin; Zach Moss, running back; Adam Troutman, tight end; Jacob Eason, quarterback. There's your defensive tackle that you mentioned earlier, Devin Duvernay, wide receiver, Texas. Look at this pad that Cliff Kingsbury has. Good God, that is awesome. That's like that's some Ryan Gosling stuff right there. That is crazy.
I'm just enjoying the audio fart.
Keeps happening?
No, just once in a great while.
Let's see if that's maybe it was my microphone hitting the desk.
Wow. Yeah, that Kingsbury, that yard is a fire pit. That
Scott, I'm listening to
that is
Scott.
more money than I will ever see in my life.
It's all right, Scott. I had to double check. I was like, I thought I saw him leave. We talked about it, but there's just all this information going in, and when you're out the other, I forgot.
They've been talking about this NFL draftathon, but then they never
Yeah.
mentioned the athon part during the draft. Before the draft, they did.
They did this like they tried to do the. Hey, God, that was so. I'm gonna sound like an asshole here, guys. I'm so sorry about this, but they did that thing yesterday where they like had to be super. Everything was super serious about the coronavirus, and it just felt so fucking phony to me. Like it was just so over the top. And it's like, guys, we get it, man. We're living it right now. We're right here with you. But I've never seen them do like the national anthem too. Like we're about to do the Super Bowl. I guess the intent is good.
Yeah.
Solid question here from Andrew. Has anyone shown a better setup than Zimmer? That though, I like that pad, man. I like that pad that he has a lot.
If you're into the taxidermy, sure.
Follow his daughter on Instagram too. She got a little dog. I forget what kind it is. A little yap dog. Great guard dogs. And he's always like chilling with Coach Zimmer, which I think is funny. The big hard nosed coach has like a 5-pound yap dog. They're always four wheeling, and he has a lot of land. I forget who he let. It might have been Wabi. We were talking about him earlier. That he let someone do an interview at the ranch one time, and you got to see around the pond, and he was talking about his wife that passed away. It was really nice. He's got a great house.
Well, Saints got somebody they really want because they just gave up pick 88 and a third rounder next year for pick 74 and number 244. So that's quite a bit to give up. So yeah, the Saints are after the Jaguars, and they traded a lot to move up. So we'll see what they want. Because I think people watching on TV right now are probably on the Jaguars pick still, right?
Yep. Look at that. That's a stat right there. Josh Jones guy's all right at football. He might make it.
Yeah.
He just might make it. Yeah, we're still on the Jaguars on my feed, so I don't know. That's what I also don't have Twitter.
My phone is making a lot of weird noises.
That's all right.
Oh, Vikings Twitter now is they want Thaddeus Moss.
Jesus Christ. He's a tight end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't just stop. Shout out to Luke Braun from Locked On Vikings. Absolutely, without a shred of a doubt in my mind, I prefer tonight's events instead of acquiring Trent Williams. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And every one of those notifications was something I don't give a crap about. You gotta love cellular phones.
Wow. Jim Nagy compares Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson to Saints All-Pro Michael Thomas. Is he going to cry on Twitter a lot?
Is he going to catch a lot of slants?
Yeah, I'm okay with the second part.
Slant, slant, slant.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense with the 100 and whatever receptions he had last year.
And he still didn't have like a good yards per catch average, just caught a lot of footballs. Slant, slant, slant.
Well, thank you, Scott. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to listen back because it's just going to make me hate myself if I hear it. I don't know what that is, but That's all right.
If the Vikings move Riley Reiff to guard, he'll become the 6th highest paid guard in the NFL in 2020.
He's not going to keep that contract if he goes to guard.
No.
Well, Friday the 13th action there?
Yeah, my buddy's dad messaged me a joke.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
It gets you a weird look when you're in an elevator with someone.
You know, that's a great thing that we just had there because that was a Parks and Rec scene, and I had to shout you out for that. Ron Swanson's text tone was a gunshot going off. He's like, "Oh, it's a new ringtone." Scared the shit out of everyone in the meeting.
Oh yeah.
Carolina should get Moss. David O, that's a fantastic take. They should. Greg Olson went to the Seahawks. I thought his old ass was going to retire. The commissioner is officially sitting down for these picks now. Look at this.
Yeah, he's done for now. Kuiper's always sitting. I don't think I've ever seen Kuiper stand up.
He's always in the chair to get his hair done. That's why.
His hair doesn't look as poofy anymore. Someone must have just really trimmed that thing down.
For shame.
Extra gel, maybe?
For shame. All right.
The commish is back in his chair.
The trade alert is just now coming on my screen for the Browns.
Goodness gracious.
All right. We're not going to do it there. Maybe we should refresh. Let's hope when I click on this, a big loud burst doesn't come onto the scene. Wow.
Oh, okay. I get why the Saints moved up now.
You see who they got?
Yeah, they got the top ranked player available from ESPN.
Bond?
They did.
All right.
It's hard to argue that. Yep.
They got Kiko Alonso as well.
They need to boost that defense up a bit because they've got the offense. They can just start stopping other teams.
They should have got some protection for Drew Brees.
Your farts sound like fairy dust. Mr. Smith, your fairy dust farts.
I'm a queen, as the kids like to say, with a K.
Yes, queen.
And that's it. All right, guys, we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
The pick is inching up. It really is. It might happen. Be funny if, like, the next time they cut to Goodell, he's sitting there with no shirt on, just pumping iron. See, this is why I'm not an NFL commissioner. I do really, really stupid stuff. My phone jingle sound? The Friday the 13th sound? Man, I guess you call Jason Voorhees a fairy, and I don't know. Oh, here comes the Lions up. Colts have traded the pick to the Lions. And you have to assume this is Neville. It's got to be Neville, right?
Is that who
Neville Gallimore?
Is that what they need? I don't even know. I don't know what Detroit needs. I have no idea.
Probably not Neville.
They've got a running back and a good corner so far.
Trey Adams, maybe? He's the best available
glad you could join us, man.
Tackle.
You have entered the fucking golden hour, the weirdness of the show. We're just here.
Yeah, at this point, we're running out of prospects we know a lot about, and we're just kind of BSing.
We're just sitting here talking shit right now. We're talking about Ezra Cleveland, tackle that we got in the second round. Very good pick, good value. We're just waiting. We're at pick 75 with the Lions right now. We have pick 89 and 105. So we'll see.
DT, edge, Where will the Lions go? We'll find out after 2 commercial breaks.
Yeah, Andrew got it right there. The pick is in means wait, we need to sell more commercials.
Whatever they are advertising, I will buy. I'm just scrolling here to try to figure out what the Lions are doing.
Also started 40 games. She appeared at Boise State after redshirting. It's not bad. Not bad.
People on Twitter are so fast to criticize these people's houses.
That's all the internet is good for now. It's just people to talk shit and bitch at each other. I hate it.
I mean, my house still looks like my parents' house, but you know, not much I can really do about it until I start moving stuff around. All I know is that big flower thing over there and maybe even this TikTok clock are going to get out of here.
TikTok clock.
It is doing its thing, though. Wrong way. There it is. For those of you who...
That's a staple in this show. It can't go anywhere.
Who like the pendulum. Jonah Jackson, guard. Yeah, I was wondering how long the Lions were going to wait before they started taking some offensive linemen. Because, like I said, they needed some. So I'm glad they got some. But they might have waited too long.
See, this is the kind of stuff that makes me angry right here, Scott. You're telling me about an offensive lineman that ran a faster 40 than I'll ever run. I'll never break into the force. Damn it. There's no Olympic athlete blood here in this chair.
All I can hear is Mel Kiper talking about how much he loves this pick of Jonah Jackson. Jonah Jackson.
The Buccaneers.
The pick is in. Who knows what Tampa needs?
Keyshawn Vaughn, a running back, huh? From Vandy.
Ooh.
All right. Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year in 2014. Man, you got to dig deep for some of these things.
And the Broncos grab cornerback Michael Ojemudia?
Oh, God. Don't put that needle on me. I have no idea.
So we got the next 2 picks that are in already, and we know what they are. And the first couple things that when I click on this tweet are the who the fook is that guy? so you know, fans aren't probably sure who he is.
That's the best part about it. Everybody's going to complain after tomorrow night. You didn't take this. You didn't do this. Like, please give me the evidence where you did a scouting report on the linebacker we took in the 6th round.
Yeah, the draft is such a gamble that it's hard to know what players are going to work out and which ones weren't, or which ones will. You just got to kind of put your hopes in the players that you feel will help your team succeed and hope that things work out. Yeah, the odds are better towards the top of the draft, but it doesn't mean they're anywhere near guaranteed. Yeah, and I've had plenty of prospects that I liked over the years that just weren't good NFL players. Some players just never adapt to the NFL.
Chris was talking about that today on Unbuttoned, podcast of his. It was like, it's funny, man. All the really good steals are always in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. Like, most of the first round picks, they're 50-50. Like, there are more picks in the 2nd and 3rd that get nailed down as solid starters or even Pro Bowlers. it's very much a hit and miss with the first round. So
Yeah, the question is do you want that high ceiling or do you want that high floor?
oh, okay. So there's an interesting thing that I just saw. The Broncos. So Pat Shermer got fired last year. Joe Judge took over in New York. So Pat Shermer is the offensive coordinator in Denver with all those weapons in that young quarterback.
Oh, sure.
That's not bad. That's what he should have been all along. But if he made Case Keenum look awesome, I think he could do all right with Drew Lock.
We're to see him bouncing around the NFL a little bit, though, again, still.
It's just crazy how we've come to all these shots that people get so quickly now. I'm not specifically talking about Pat Shermer more than I am about the younger guys like Kingsbury and Joe Judge. They just pick a guy that they really, really want, and he's like, "Here's your shot." Just throw them into a situation.
Yep. The quarterback still fall. Eason and Fromm still on the board. I thought for sure at least Eason would be gone. What is Vikings' obsession with all these former University of Minnesota or, second generation Vikings players? I did not see a single mock draft by a Vikings fan that didn't have Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson, Antoine Winfield, some had Moss on there. I mean, just I don't know. The Winfield pick I could see just because he's so highly rated, but anything past that. It's such a numbers game. You have such a small probability. That's like every year everybody going and saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Dude, you have a 132 chance. Relax. Oh, key departures for the Broncos. Joe Flacco. That's it.
The Flack attack.
Oh, God, I forgot he was there.
Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco. Vic Fandango.
Vic Fangio. This is the best comment yet. Yeah, they do. They sure fucking do, man. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I don't know who they're sitting at right now and thinking, you know what? We're just gonna see how deep we can go in the bargain bin before we pull this one out.
Yep, Saturday could be pretty crazy.
Mudia? There's an Iowa kid off the board. Nice.
Yep, I think the Vikings are going to trade up for at least one more spot here sometime in the next round or two. And then we're going to see them trade a pick to a team for a round up on capital. My guess is probably giving someone a 6th rounder for a 5th next year. The Vikings love doing that. And honestly, it's an amazing way to continually improve your team, especially when you can fleece other teams for extra picks, then turn those into bigger picks next year. Oof, I love it.
I feel Adder said this is the end of the point. I'm just seeing names of teams. Yeah, we're all there. Just trying to see. We can't stop the broadcast. We'd have to do another separate broadcast. So we're just gonna power through. But
what are we waiting for? 102 or something?
Yeah.
Hey, is that an Iowa boy?
It is. 89 and 105. I keep forgetting.
Okay, so we're only like 10 picks away now.
Not too bad.
No. I thought we were worse than that. Saints fans, we gave up a third rounder in 2021, but who cares about next year? This is it. See, that's not the right attitude really to have.
Especially when you let Teddy Bridgewater go and you think that Taysom Hill is going to be the future there. I don't know. I don't know about that. Who was worse, Josh Freeman at Minnesota or Joe Flacco at Denver? Josh Freeman, absolutely.
Oh, yep. That's not even close.
Oh. Thanks for bringing that up, Eric. You jerk. Oh, that was a terrible. And you know what's sad? I was so excited that he came. I was like, this guy took Tampa Bay to the playoffs through for like 4,000 yards. I thought he was going to get more than 4 days to learn the offense and get thrown into Monday Night Football.
Dr. Eileen Bennett Hoare. She's got a pie skull cap. Ezra Cleveland says, I'm really thankful for this opportunity. Alex was the first person I texted when I got the call.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's from Chris Thomason. '78th pick. Inching up there.
All right, guys, we're getting close. We are getting close.
Ooh, they got some Hennessy.
You know what I just remembered? A lot of my Cleveland Brown fans. I don't know why. I think the Jets are kind of in the same boat. But at least the Jets have won a Super Bowl at some point. They call Cleveland the factory of sadness, which is just the funniest thing in the world to me. I wonder, in the modern era that we live in, what is the most miserable fan base to be a part of? The Vikings have success. They've flirted with high success, but
you've got to feel bad for the Lions for how long they've been in the league and how they've never been in a Super Bowl. You've got to.
Like, Cleveland would be a good pick, but they have a lot of history that they could at least fall back on. A lot of history. Yeah, it's got to be Detroit, right? I don't know. The Jets are pretty bad. The Jets have always been pretty bad. And then the highlight that you can think of with the Jets is Mark Sanchez. And Rex Ryan of recent. Good God. Your New York Jet coverage here on the Purple People podcast. Thank you for tuning in for that. Josh Doxson went to the Jets. He didn't even play for us last year. What? Okay. That's weird. I can't believe there are still 14 of you here just listening to us breathe. So I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you for that, guys.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have you guys here with us. Because we got the Jets and then we got back-to-back picks by Vegas, right?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
We got this pick coming from the Jets and we got back-to-back from Vegas, right?
Oh, I have to look. I'm not sure. So Neville Gallimore, we were talking about earlier, seeing that online, could be a target for the Vikings.
Yep.
Seeing a little bit of buzz about that. I know, guys. I have been sitting here for a very long time. We will take you guys for a break here in a little bit.
I think the Vikings had a couple first-round picks that never played in the NFL. I think Alonda Smith was one of them. If I remember right, there was a defensive end that never played in the NFL either. Never played a snap. wasn't Demetrius Underwood. He actually played some games. But yeah, the draft is always an odd place because you never know what you're going to get. And the Vikings have had players that decided they didn't want to play in the NFL anymore and wanted to follow their religion, and just you never know what's going on in these players' heads. We've seen a lot of weird things happen. We've seen star quarterbacks that don't want to play for the team that drafted them. We've seen players in the draft say, if I don't get drafted by this team, I'm not playing for you. Just when you think that there's something you won't see in a draft, something seems to happen. So yeah, the biggest roll of the dice with a lot of these players. And you got to hope that you can just get a good roll.
I think the most shocking thing in recent memory is Andrew Luck. I did not see that coming.
For me, it was the offensive tackle who said he don't draft me because I'm going to go play for Dallas.
Wow. That and Luke Kuechly. God, he was a player. Such a good player. Yeah, you're right there, Adam. 80 and 81, back-to-back for the Raiders. And their pick is
Raiders.
John Gruden.
I'd put the camera on Mew, but he's sitting over there snoring. He's had a long day of playing outside. It actually got up to over 50 degrees today, so let him outside to play quite a bit. He took down a chipmunk, and that was pretty cool.
I'm not a cat person.
My cat's pretty amazing.
They can be very big assholes a lot of the times, but I do love their hunting abilities. Those are one of my favorite qualities of cats. Wow.
Yeah, my cat is mostly dog. Gotta let him outside and let him do his thing. And
the Raider Stadium coming along nicely.
I still think that when they switch to Las Vegas and they show the vehicles, then there's like one car driving around Las Vegas and no people on the strip. It's just it's confusing.
So, funny. Sorry, I didn't look at the chat for a little bit. It's funny you say that. My buddy Greg up in Massachusetts is coming. He's a huge Pats fan. And at one point, the Patriots had posted a video of just a dog sitting in Bill Belichick's.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
The internet was having fun with that.
That's great.
Oh no, Gruden, hide your big board. Flip your board, Gruden. Flip it. It's the second player that's had their second coach or GM that's had their big board on display.
That's so funny. Goodell's back to standing up.
Vikings Twitter expecting a trade up. Several people are saying that they're expecting Minnesota to trade up, and at this point, I just don't see it. The Las Vegas Raiders select Lynn Bowden, wide receiver. I'm guessing he's going to get that OW designation because nobody knows what he is.
God, that's the funniest thing to me.
Look at that tail go. Just like the pendulum.
It's a
Tick
windshield
tock,
wiper right
tick
there.
tock. Who needs a fan?
It's the best quality of these dogs too. They'll sit their head right on your arm and they'll just stare at you. And they have the patience. They'll be there for minutes and minutes.
John Gruden needs to draft a bigger pair of pants. Hashtag Moose Knuckle. Come on.
I tell you what, man, that's not cool. Oh no! Oh, there it is in the background. What? Oh, honey, what are you doing? Throw that away. That is terrible. It's so easy to screenshot that. I mean, it would be different if it was the first round, but still, it's the principle of it. Come on, Gruden.
Oh, Gruden.
It's so funny too because they would never have this set up. If they were in and we were all doing this like we normally do, you know, every team's at the building or the stadium or whatever, team headquarters, they would have those cameras angled a certain way. And they're just like, just throw it in the background. They can't see it.
Right.
We'll do different color markers. That way they can't read it. There it is again.
They're getting pretty close on it too.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, the good thing the kids are standing in the way, but oh, that's funny.
Yeah, as far as the Raiders draft pick, who knows where they're going to use him? They're going to use him all over the field. We don't know if he's going to play running back, wide receiver, tight end. They'll move him all over and just have him do everything in that offense. So I don't know if they're going to make him a gadget player or try to find like an established role for him. But either way, he is a playmaker.
So they got 3 wide receivers.
Ooh, a decoy big board. that'd be something. Wow.
Pick is already in. Good Lord.
Yeah, the Raiders are doubling and tripling down on all these receivers.
They've gotten 3, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because they got the speedster in the first round.
They got Higgins. They got Higgins in the first. They just took a wide receiver now, but the one right before that, so it would have been picked 80. Did they just go back-to-back wide receiver?
Yeah. Well, depending on what you consider him, but yeah, I think they have him as a wide receiver.
What are y'all? Dude, it's 2020 and these guys still draft this way. That's crazy to me.
Oof. That was a nice one-handed snag there. That put him up there with Odell if people are seeing that one.
That is an interesting stat, though, with this pick for the Raiders. I was number 1 in the country, 48 or 40-some games. He had a reception in every game. That means it's available and he'll catch something. Wide receiver, cornerback, wide receiver, wide receiver. All right.
They really want some offense. I guess the Raiders can't have everything go through their tight end.
Well, they got a good running back too, so the offense is going to be the offense is going to have options. We'll say that.
I guess that this is kind of smart because they just want to see what they have in Carr. They want to give him as much as they can for him to prove what he is.
Right.
Yep. Ruggs, Bowden, and Edwards.
God, that's so weird to see Mike McCarthy as the Dallas Cowboys head coach. That's so weird. Well, there he goes. Damn.
Who sits like that sideways and then looks at the TV?
Mike Mayock.
In another room.
Neville Gallimore. All right. Damn. Jesus, man. The AFC West is just going to be full of offense. Chiefs, The Broncos got 2 receivers back to back. The Raiders took 3 out of 4. Jesus. The Chargers are still pretty good too. Good God, man. It's the offense division right there. Ooh, that was a beautiful, beautiful highlight. All right, the Vikings are 6 picks away, getting closer.
Inching up there.
Oof, that was a terrible stat. The Broncos missed the playoffs in the last 4 seasons since the Super Bowl. They're 27-37. John Elway,
Oh,
get your shit together.
well, he's got that problem where he doesn't want to commit to drafting a star quarterback, and he thinks he can get a good quarterback in the later, just like second, third, fourth rounds, and those picks can be such gambles.
Yeah, Scott, I was talking about that earlier, right? That's weird. I didn't know he went there. I didn't know that Pat Shermer went to. I think it works. I think they're going to have some weapons. They got Melvin Gordon as well, decent running back. So pair along with Philip Lindsay, good wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler's good, and they got Sutton. Sutton was a fucking monster last year. He gave Xavier Rhodes all kinds of problems in that game. That's a solid point, Andrew. That's a top 10 character of all time for me. Hey, Firebirder. No, we did not, man. We were just riding it out. The Broncos are picking at 83. So far, we have pick 89 and 105. So we're still waiting. We did not trade up. At this point, I have no idea. I have no clue who we're going to take.
I'm watching Twitter right now, and Vikings fans are curious if Rick Spielman is actually going to make all these picks. Which right now the Vikings roster they're close to, I think they're in the top 5 fewest players actually rostered right now. So they need to fill out their roster, and they need to do it cheaply. So the draft might be it. So let me pose this question to some of the folks in the chat here, as well as you, Mr. Smith. How would you feel about the Vikings taking Fromm or Eason with their pick coming up here?
I think with the value, I wouldn't hate it.
Because I'll be honest, I've said it before, I have no faith in our backup quarterback. None whatsoever. If something happens, I will just assume the season's a wash. And I hate to be doom and gloom like that because there's so much talent on this roster, but I've been given no reason to think otherwise.
It's the truth. This is not the 2012 Viking team where if the quarterback goes down, we can turn around and hand it to the guy, in the backfield 48 times in a game. Now we have a good split back system, but I don't want the Vikings to be that. I think a lot of their pieces will be wasted. I am 100% with you. Sean Mannion is not the answer at backup quarterback. I don't know what in the world they see in this guy. I will tell you from listening to stuff that you and I and Kyle West have talked about on the side and other podcasts that I've tried to dive into all the time is when you keep a backup quarterback, you think that he adds value to your current starting quarterback. He sees stuff that maybe they don't. He's a good coach. He's a mentor. He's a good support system. So whatever Sean Mannion does behind closed doors for Kirk Cousins, they must love.
Right.
But on the field,
he must be great in the quarterback's room.
Yes. Yeah, like a meeting guru and warlord. But on the field, it was awful. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad with it. I would not. A lot of the guys that we hoped would fall and were falling, unfortunately, the other team saw that and they've taken. So I wouldn't be mad about that. No. I think where they're falling to, because we're getting deep in the third round now. I don't think that's.
There goes Lloyd Cushenberry, which is a fun name to say.
Is a good name to say. I think quarterbacks left. Yeah. There's Jake Fromm from Georgia, and there's also Jacob Eason from Washington, were the two quarterbacks that are the two highest rated quarterbacks available.
Yeah, depending on what you prefer in your quarterbacks, I'd say they're pretty interchangeable as far as which one's better.
I know more about Fromm just because I've watched them more. I can't tell you that I've sat down to watch a Washington football game, but I have seen a lot of Fromm because the Bulldogs are always very, very good, and they're usually in the playoffs or right there. He's very smart. He's very Teddy Bridgewater-esque, Alex Smith-esque. He doesn't like to turn the ball over. He's a safe football player, which is good. But he's not going to blow you away. He is the pure opposite of Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to flash you with, oh my God, this guy runs the team and he's the one that saved them. He's going to make smart throws and smart decisions. But I like that.
Fire breather. After watching Week 17, I have no idea what they see in our backup quarterback. I'm kind of baffled.
That's what we were talking about just now, man. He's got to be excellent in the meetings in the quarterback room and whatever he does to add value to Kirk Cousins' play on game day. But I'm with Adam. If Kirk goes down and that's our option, I mean, the season's done. The season's over with. There's no competitive chance for the Vikings going forward.
Okay, so we've got
that's a good
pick 84. Rams are on the clock right now on the ESPN broadcast, which it has ESPN written in the bottom left, and it's got NFL Network on the bottom right. And I just picked whatever it said on Sling, so I don't know which channel this is, but it's that broadcast. I don't know if there's a difference.
It's for ESPN for me. I think they're all linking up for this since it's a weird time. And
yeah, I think ESPN and NFL Network are the same, and then ABC has their own, right?
Yeah.
ESPN likes talking about the horrible things that happen in these people's lives.
No, Fire Breather, you're misunderstanding what we're saying. It's not that Kirk needs help. He doesn't need. It's not like he needs advice on obvious stuff. This is just the way the system is constructed. That's just the way that the quarterback room and a football team is organized. The backup's got to be capable. Obviously, there's not going to be any chance that they would beat out the starter in most organizations. But we're talking about is like a savvy veteran, and that's what they think that they have with Sean Mannion. We haven't seen it because he's obviously a huge downgrade on the field playing, but there's something that he does that brings a lot of value for Kirk Cousins specifically because
there has to be. I mean, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, we don't know. We probably won't ever find out unless Kirk comes out and says that. But whatever he's doing is impressing the coaches enough because I thought for sure after last season and watching him in Week 17 that he would be gone. But
yeah,
there's got to be something there that he does that they really, really like.
Not only just did he survive, but they brought him back. So. Ugh. So who knows?
Look at those Alabama selections. Goodness.
We got a lot of Vikings fans clamoring right now for Amik Robertson, or Tyler Johnson, of course.
That's a good point, Fire Breather. And the thing is, we're not done yet because they plowed through 2 rounds, so it has gone faster. But we'll see. Kyle West will be getting off here in about 10 minutes. So depending on how long these picks take, he could actually join in right as the pick gets made.
Maybe we'll get him walking out of work as the pick is being made.
That'd be perfect.
Well, isn't that what happened last time?
He came in between the Jefferson was already picked last night, but he came in right as we were trading away, or when we were about to trade away 25, which is a nice spark for the show. I thought last night went long. I can't believe we've been sitting here for over 2 hours now. That's crazy. Buffalo Bills on the clock.
Yep. Julian Blackmon, the safety to the Colts.
Look at it. I like
and
it.
He's got the shaved side, puffy top.
When you come and take the league by storm like that, and you have something noticeable besides your voice, I give the guy mad respect. That's a Patrick Mahomes. He should trademark that. He pulls it off so well too.
It's true.
Oh, there you go. I think he could be a starter. Not immediately, but possibly in the future. I don't know enough about him, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to do some research. I'm just glad there's depth there.
I think he'll absolutely be a starter, and I don't know if he's going to be a tackle. I just think they're going to take all three players, try to see which one's more comfortable moving inside, and then that's the way it's going to roll. And since they saved money by drafting an offensive tackle, I don't think they're going to do anything with Riley Reif. So, yeah, right now I think they just need to add one more, hopefully, interior offensive lineman to the mix, and then I'll be feeling okay. Okay, we got Buffalo, New England, and Cleveland before Minnesota.
Be honest with you guys, I wasn't planning on it being this long, but I'm glad you guys stayed, obviously. It helped out a lot in the chat, so we really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, keep posting, keep asking, because it's keeping us occupied. And to be honest, I'm just having a fun time talking about football and thinking about how things are going to work out for the Vikings.
Zach Moss running back to the Bills. Nice.
Zach Moss.
I did this. I agreed to do today because I was almost certain the Vikings were going to trade up and do some more picking, but they haven't, that's different for me. I'm not mad and upset about it at all, but I definitely thought that was what they were going to do. I thought that's why they had acquired all these picks. But now that Adam mentioned it earlier, they might try to fill up the roster with 12 guys from this draft.
Wow, that was the quickest I've ever heard the commish announce a pick. The Bills pick Zach Moss, Utah. Sorry, Kat. Didn't mean to wake you up. Now go back to sleep, you little donkey.
Oh, Vikings Bills Super Bowl this year.
I guess then one of them would have to win a Super Bowl.
Finally.
Ooh.
Now
that's a fancy house.
That is a very, very nice compliment right there. Cliff Tang is playing Madden. Listen to you guys. It says it's therapeutic. You know what? This is fun, man.
It really is.
I like to think of this as a virtual big gathering of friends around a campfire, or, a whatever big gathering area we could be at, and we could just BS and talk about football.
You know how when I say tackling, you automatically think of tackling fuel?
Tackling fuel.
When you say gathering, I think of the gathering of the Juggalos.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. When you say that word, I picture Juggalos.
That really makes me sad.
I've got too many friends that are into that stuff. They are, as they say, down with the clown. All right, so we got the Patriots, Browns, Vikings. And wouldn't it be classic Vikings to move down?
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
The Patriots take Anthony Jennings.
I don't know.
Not familiar with Anthony Jennings? Outside linebacker for the Alabama Crimson Tide. He does. He really does.
God, I love Bill Belichick so much. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, it's so funny. Look at all the Pats fans booing him. You miserable assholes up there.
Mama said Packer fans are the devil. Oh, no.
It's a good reference. Good reference.
Medulla oblongata.
Still one of the best underrated lines ever. He poked me in the eye. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Have you watched Big Show's new show on
You know what?
Netflix?
I saw something on it, like a little infomercial on it, and it didn't look terrible.
It's so corny. If you like Full House and Fuller House, you'll probably love it.
I just think it's cool that he has the talent enough to be in something like that, whether or not it's good. At least he can say.
Did you ever watch him when he was on Saturday Night Live? He is hilarious.
No, I didn't. I didn't know he was on Saturday Night Live.
When The Rock hosted, he was a guest on there, and he was just hilarious.
That's what I'm talking about. He just sits right here the whole time. You keep nudging.
Browns are on the clock, then the Vikings are up.
All right. All the irony there. They showed the Browns missed the playoffs the last however many years as the Bill Belichick sitting in a robe, and he was tied to Cleveland at one point. Oh, the irony. So they don't need a tight end in Cleveland. They don't really need a wide receiver. Jordan Elliott, your guy. Is that who they go with? The best available.
Ooh. If this is actually the Vikings pick, then I'll be pretty happy.
Uh-oh. Adam has a scoop.
There's going to be a run on interior decorators after this draft. Oh,
That's pretty funny. That's a solid joke. It's crazy. It's just all these are just normal football like people and football lovers like us. They're just a shitload more money.
Oh yes.
That's all it is. Look at this place that I have decorated here. You'd never know it if Bill Belichick was broadcasting them in here. It would look pretty similar.
I got wood paneling on the wall, so you know I don't have much money.
That's all this little den in the living room area is. Come on, Kyle West, where you at? I know he's getting off like in a minute, so we'll see once the Browns pick. But we're on a commercial too, so they're extending this. So I think Kyle West could join in at like literally.
Yeah, we'll see if he pops in. You should send him a message on Facebook Messenger and say, "Hop in while the Vikings pick." I hope the Vikings trade the pick for more seventh rounders. Key, ma.
There it is. Key departures. Head coach Freddie Kitchens. Where did he end up?
I don't know.
Missed playoffs in the last 17 seasons. Jesus. Oof.
Trying to get Smith or trying to get West in here, but I don't know.
He's saying he's going to wait till he gets home. So he's going to walk home. So he's probably going to miss out on this one. But depending on if we keep going after this pick, then he'll be available for the last pick in this round, which isn't that far after this one, surprisingly. 89 and 105.
Oh, all those Saints fans. I don't know whether to feel sorry for them or be excited for them.
Why?
They're such a good team that just can't get everything done.
I don't feel sorry for any of them. They had the coming home story of the century after Katrina and then winning the Super Bowl. Everything after that is crap. Fuck you guys. God, this is taking forever. Come on, guys. Dude, I'm telling you now, I just have to say it. We've been on the air for 2 hours and 22 minutes. There are guys that do 3-hour shows every single day, and I don't understand it. Granted, we haven't taken a break.
Yeah.
This is rough.
You remember that name I sent to you in chat?
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to Cleveland. The Brownies get the guy.
Right in front of us, too. Oh, it's a stab. And they have loaded up some talent there. Jedrick Willis, Grant Delpit fell in second to the Brownies. Man. Why do they need wide receivers? Don't they have Beckham and Landry?
Yep.
That's weird.
Not a lot past them, though, aside from their army of tight ends.
I was about to say, you just go to the tight ends there. I don't see why that's a big deal. Goodness, man. All this nonsense. This Browns pick has been on the TV for over 5 minutes. Hurry the hell up.
Maybe it'll happen soon. Could all be like mini golfing. The Browns hype train, there it is. Chugga chugga choo choo. I bought in on the Baker hype after his rookie year.
I think he's good. I just don't think Cleveland helped him out with the O-line. I really like the kid. I really do. Oh, the pick's finally going to come through on the television, even though we already know what it is. Come on, guys.
Yeah, we already know it's defensive tackle Jordan Elliott, who I thought would be a great fit for Minnesota.
I'll just wait, man. If you think the draft's in overtime now, tune in tomorrow.
Are you getting ready to pull video up again?
I am.
Nice. Yeah, tomorrow's going to fly by, and I know I'm gonna have a lot of picks to cover. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow night.
Adder, I'm gonna look for that next time. Does he have a bobblehead of himself next to his TV? Why wouldn't he?
That very well could be. Although from here it kind of looks like Stan Lee, which I don't know if he's cool enough to have a Stan Lee. Oh, maybe it's Ditka. I think it's Ditka. Okay, so the pick is in.
Damn, that was quick.
The Vikings have someone they really like. And it is the player that I thought it was. So whoever is sending me these messages is kind of knows what they're doing. The biggest knock on the player the Vikings are drafting is that he might be a little lean, but bulking up can definitely happen in the NFL. I've been seeing a lot of the F's in the chat, and I don't. Like I said, that's something I don't really get. Maybe I'm too old for that. I don't know. Oh, definitely not a crisp, clean stream there. But it's doing its job. There he is. Tiny Dantzler.
I got it on Twitter. Hold me closer, Tiny Dantzler. All right. Another corner. Surprise, surprise.
You know what you didn't like about the last corner was size? Well, this guy's a little thin. He needs to bulk up a little bit, 188 pounds, but he is 6'2".
Look at that tackle. A tackling corner.
He's got the size that you want. He's not one of the speediest corners in the draft, but I think you'll like a lot of what he brings to the table otherwise.
That's all right. Just saw him rush the quarterback there. He's playing off, making an adjustment to the ball. That's beautiful. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's lean.
I don't hate that.
But look at those longer arms and good instincts, playmaker ability.
Not bad at all.
I think Zimmer wanted a corner with size now to go and hopefully match up on the outside against some of the better route runners in the league, and I think that's exactly what he got.
Man, where is Jake Fromm going to go? Where is Jacob East going to land? That's crazy.
Cameron Dantzler. Ezra Cleveland.
Bill O'Brien losing his mind on ESPN right now.
Oh, no, why?
I don't know. You can see he's visibly frustrated and screaming at someone and then walking out of the shot.
One of the biggest concerns about him was that he ran a slow 40 time at the combine, but I think he plays faster than he works out. So maybe the Vikings just weren't concerned about that time in shorts.
I don't get too caught up over the underwear Olympics. I mean, maybe it'll make someone who's really fast look faster, but the tape is out there of the actual game. That's what you should watch. You know, you see mega athletes come through to the combine, and they don't have good careers because they just can't understand the game, or they don't do this or that. And then, you know, guys like Tom Brady have 20-year careers and they win 6 Super Bowls. Like, I don't know.
There have been a lot of great players that were late round picks or even undrafted free agents, and
said John Randall was too small. I mean, get out of here, dude.
It's true. So I'm not surprised to see the Vikings draft another cornerback. I kind of figured there'd be 2 cornerbacks in the first 3 rounds, depending on how the board fell. I didn't know if it was going to be wide receivers or corners, but oh, Raiders trade pick to the Patriots. Woo!
Let's see. Who do the Raiders? I mean, who do the Patriots love so much right here? Probably someone we've never heard of before.
Maybe Jake Fromm.
Ooh. Hopefully Zimmer doesn't make all our new corners.
Ah. Yeah, I did read that a lot of the cornerbacks, I think it was Mackenzie Alexander, who said that Mike Zimmer was tough on him, but he kind of liked having the tough love. And I know that different coaches have their different coaching strategies. Leslie Frazier was the players' coach, the buddy, and that didn't work out very well. We see a lot of those different coaching styles just around the NFL, and not a lot of them are successful, but the ones that nail it absolutely nail it. And I think so far, from the outside perspective anyway, Mike Zimmer seems to have some pretty good control over what he has in the locker room after that little, I'll say that little outburst that they had among the defensive backs when Captain Munnerlyn didn't want to do what the coaching staff told him to do. You know, Scott Schwab, I was talking to my buddy Clint, who was in here earlier, about the movie Draft Day, and he hadn't seen it either. I was kind of surprised by that because right now I believe it's free on Vudu. It's free with ads, and I told him, hey, sign in, go watch it. It's a pretty good movie. It's silly. It's not very realistic as far as how the draft process actually goes. But I think that for a nice night of just watching some football and kind of suspending disbelief a little bit, it can be a lot of fun.
Couldn't say it better myself. I love that film, and it is completely just, it'll never happen. It would never happen in real life. You have to go in there with that mind frame of, okay, this is actually a movie. It's kind of the same way. Like, I'm not trying to sound cool or anything now, but it's kind of the way I view a lot of these like action movies and like these military-based movies. I can see all the little things that are just bullshit and just not true in any way, shape, or form. But it's entertaining, and I'll have to piggyback. I've done that a while off of what Adam said. There's some good actors in there. I like the roles that everyone fits into. I think
Right.
they cast it pretty well. It's got little points that are really funny, and it's a football movie. I thought it was better than I expected. I thought it was going to be a disaster when I saw it come out, but I liked a little heartwarming, cheesy story, and the
Oh, yeah.
entertainment value of it is really good.
And didn't they have like a little romance love story built in there too?
And you get to see a pretty good running back that used to be in the league actually playing a running back. Arian Foster was in there. That's pretty cool.
Him and his anti-awesomeness. Baltimore Ravens on the clock. See now,
that's funny.
The Patriots director of player personnel looks like he lives in a house I could live in. Just some plain walls. Probably a mattress in the corner. Gatorade bottles thrown all over the place.
Andrew, you said 4.64 at the combine. Who's that? Oh, look who we have.
Hey.
That's the corner that I told you ran slow.
Oh.
Me? Yeah, I'd run pretty slow with the corner too.
Kyle West, you can bring some energy to this because we've been at it for 2.5 hours. So.
Holy shit! I just seen the clock in the top corner.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Away.
I figured
you guys have been at it.
That the Vikings were going to trade up with all those picks, and they have not. They just made a selection a couple of picks ago.
I got the notification from ESPN. We took a corner, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Heyo, I like it. On the little infographic that popped up on my phone, they said he was the 9th ranked corner. So, you know, you're getting a guy who was a top 10 ranked corner in this year's draft. We're in, the 3rd round? So that seems like some pretty decent value for me. It was a position in need, and it seems like good value, so I like that pick. I don't know much about the offensive linemen from earlier in the draft, but I'm fine with that because that was also a position in need. So I like the pick.
That offensive lineman, he
Yeah.
blocked for Alexander Madison at Boise State. They're good friends,
Nice.
and Alexander Madison is so excited to have him.
Hey, Cliff. That is awesome. We were talking, I think, was in last week's episode. We wondered if Rick Spielman would do the thing that he likes to do, where he doubles up on players from the same college, like Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks. And here we go. I like that. I like that when you bring in players that got some. They've worked together in the past.
Now, the corner the Vikings drafted, the first corner they drafted was a little bit undersized. This corner is definitely not. He's 6'2", but he's 188. He's a little lean. They're gonna try to. They're probably gonna try to bulk him up, get him in the weight room, get him stronger, get him a little thicker. He did run a slow time at the combine, but again, I think he plays a little bit faster than he runs. I think game speed and track and field speed are a little different with
There are
when
a
it comes
couple-
to a lot of these people players.
Couple different things. You can see that. I think Harrison Smith is the perfect example of that. And I don't think that Harrison was like he wasn't lacking in any of those, but when he plays on the field, Harrison kicks it into a different gear, and that's that game speed, that game intensity that doesn't come out from just running in a straight line and doing a 40-yard dash and jumping up and doing the vertical drills and the cone drills and all that stuff. I believe the lineman was a mountain of a man, right? 6'6".
Yeah, he's a big fella.
Big fella, big old hoss.
You gotta love those road graders.
Yeah. I like the big old hoss, big old road grader offensive lineman. That's an exciting pick. I know that there were some Vikings fans on Twitter not too excited because they wanted us to trade for the Trent Williams. I don't know, man. I would rather draft and develop a player than give up draft capital to trade for a lineman he's been to 7 Pro Bowls, but that also means he's not going to 7 more in the future.
Coming off a big injury.
Right
Don't want a
on.
massive contract. Didn't play at all last year.
Right on. Give
That's
me
the
the guy.
kind of that right there is this kind of snarky, negative humor that I hate on Twitter. I get it. You're trying to be funny to get views. I get it, but it's just not my style.
This is why I can't take these guys serious at all. You have the easiest job in the world, and all you get to do is troll all day. And what have you done? Go wrong.
I'm not a big fan of that specific reporter for that reason, Adam. Little humor is okay, but like if you're a professional reporter of the Minnesota Vikings, like I kind of just want news from you.
News, opinions, sure, but when you try to get snarky, funny, just for an audience, it's a put off for me.
We're also old men yell at cloud.
I am
a little bit here.
Got to that point this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Arif, your Chris Thomason is showing. You might want to zip that up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, douche. Come on,
Oh.
You're better than that.
You are better than that.
Skull memes on Twitter. How will Green Bay fuck up their next pick?
They're gonna. Who's it? What other quarterback? Can they take another quarterback?
They took what? Say that again.
Are they gonna draft another quarterback?
I can't believe they took a running back in round 2.
They took
Be
a running
awesome.
back.
Yeah.
I didn't know they took a running back.
Yeah, and I get it. Like Jones
player
had a really good year last year, right?
Yeah.
But they need wide receiver so bad, and they could have found a way to get up and get one of those like pivotal wide receivers, but I don't think that's what Rodgers meant. But when he said skill players, was get a quarterback and a running back. We have both of those.
Probably not.
I don't
Probably
know.
not. More power to them. They're sticking to their draft strategy, whatever it
Absolutely,
is.
get the players you want.
Yeah. I seen the Raiders are taking a little bit of flack on the internet too for a couple of the picks that they've had, but
They picked
I
3 wide receivers so far.
well, they're the Raiders. What do you expect the Raiders? The Raiders draft receivers.
I don't get it, but I'm not surprised.
Hey, there we go, Scott. You'd rather listen to us. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, but like I said, like I've always said, there are a lot of great podcasts out there for following the Vikings. There's a lot of great web pages out there, and it's nice that there is that diversity in content because you're not going to get a lot of that negative, snarky stuff over here.
Right on.
We're not really as entertaining as them, I guess. We're a little different in our brand.
Right on. Different flavors for different folks.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with that. Just because he's not my cup of tea doesn't mean that you can't enjoy
For sure.
that tea. I don't drink tea. Do you drink tea?
I drink tea.
Yeah.
I like tea.
Yeah.
Coffee in the morning, tea at night.
Solid. Very solid.
So we can't call him Tiny Dantzler. No, he's 6'2".
You can say hold me closer, Cameron Dantzler, though. That's good. The syllables fit right in there.
Listen to that typing.
On my fancy keyboard.
Man, I'm so surprised there's still people here, man. There's 13 still going strong.
I'm thinking it's people that fell asleep.
I would say that, but we have so many comments in the chat all the way back from 9:56. We started this at 7:30ish.
Man,
Yeah, 7:45.
that's awesome. That's
Is
cool.
it possible the Vikings really like Armon Watson? Yes, it really is. I think he had a really good year last year. He got his hands on a lot of passes, and maybe they feel he could be one of the answers on that defensive line to rotate him in, or maybe even compete for a starting job. So I don't know what the actual Vikings front office and coaching staff thinks of Armon Watts, but I think he's got some potential. I wasn't sure if he was in the conversation for a bigger role this year, but who knows? He very well could be.
How do you pronounce this guy's name, Kyle Smith? This is your department. Cameron, what's his name? Cameron?
Our guy that we picked?
Yeah, Cameron
Dantzler.
Dan Tasler?
Dantzler.
How?
Yeah,
Dantzler?
I would say Dantzler, like dance,
Dantzler?
dance-a-thon, dance off.
I dig it. That'd be a cool name for a jersey.
Cam Dantzler.
Yeah. Sounds like Cam Chancellor.
Everything sounds better like that.
Patrick Mahomes. I'm trying to have a crib like Cliff Kingsbury. Well, wait another year and you'll have all the money in the world to buy about 20 of those houses. Patrick Mahomes.
Would you rather have 6 Super Bowl rings like Bill Belichick or Cliff Kingsbury's house?
Ooh.
You can't have both.
6 Super Bowl rings, because you know why? There's a ton of houses out there, but there's only so many people who are winners.
Right. Good answer. Solid answer. I like that.
I don't even care. I feel like Dan Marino and Little Nicky. I would just sell my soul to the devil at this point. Like, can I just watch the Vikings win one Super Bowl? Just one.
So Pro Football Focus mentions that the Vikings draft pick, the most recent corner, actually did run track, but ran slowly because he was changing his weight for the combine, and he ended up having the highest percentage of body fat among corners. So, yeah, he is trying to put on weight for the NFL, and I guess that did have some kind of impact on his 40 speed. So hopefully he is trying to bulk up, and hopefully he can convert a lot of that to muscle, and he can be ready for the Vikings when it's time. I'm actually kind of happy to hear that he's starting to bulk up and get ready now rather than later when the Vikings kind of tell him to.
this is going to be a weird off season where a lot of players are kind of going to be left to their own devices. So I like to see that. I like to see the work ethic of being able to handle yourself, knowing that you want to bulk up and try to get yourself geared and ready for that next level without being told to. That's going to be really important this time of year.
Yeah, because who knows if rookie mini camps are going to happen, if training camps are going to happen, if we're going to have any kind of preseason before the preseason games hit. I don't know how these players are going to prepare, or if worst case scenario happens and there isn't an NFL season. I don't know. Right now, everything is just so up in the air that it's hard to know what's next for these rookies now that they have landed on an NFL team. But what's important is that this draft actually did happen, and we're not kind of sitting here waiting for these players until next year to have like a super draft of 2 classes of players, which would be just ridiculous.
That would have been cool. I don't even know how that would have worked, but that would have been awesome. That would have been such a clusterfuck.
14 rounds, 6 days. Let's do it.
My head hurts thinking, just even trying to process that.
Now, you know what though? This year, I mean, it's a weird set of circumstances, but at least it's the same for every team. Like, it affects every team equally. It just depends on how each franchise handles it and gets the information out to their players and stuff.
Well, it's going to piggyback what you guys said earlier. I heard on some podcasts that they were talking about specifically a defensive prospect, and I'm not sure who because I don't remember the specifics on that, but saying that with the way the coronavirus has affected everything, and there's not going to be a lot of in-person visits, if any at all, up until the next couple months. There was talking about a specific player on a podcast I was listening to they were worried about his weight, and that being an actual thing. It's like, imagine if you ate yourself out of the league. Like, I know Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, Eddie Lacy had those problems, and he was a damn good running back. I thought he was a very solid addition for the Packers, and he just couldn't maintain his athletic build. So with these kids that maybe don't have the access to the right information on nutrition, or God, I don't know. What if they had problems there where they had a very low income in college or whatever, and then they get access to all this money? Are they going to be able to like not splurge on themselves, especially when they're not going to be able to go in every day for team meetings? They'll just be sitting at home. So
on the plus side, this isn't like the lockout season where you have players that were drafted and then the team couldn't contact them. So they can still have access to all of in a different way, but they can still access the team and team doctors and physicians and trainers, and they can talk with, Mike Zimmer or whoever, and they can get these guys going on the right track. Like, they can say, hey,
if those players want to, because we've seen that in the past too, where a guy will get a massive contract, get a taste of the good life, and then just never be the same. Once Albert Hainsworth got his big deal, he just completely seemed to give up on football.
Oh, 100%. You hope that you've not drafted guys who are going to do that. You hope that you've vetted them and you feel comfortable with them not doing that. But it's definitely a risk.
And Kyle Smith, we got in the chat here, the tight end you were talking about, Jay Sternberger.
The sternest of all the burgers. I like that comment.
That's good stuff. That's our kind of humor here on the podcast.
That is definitely our humor. Did Jake Fromm get drafted?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Him and Jacob Eason are still available. We're at pick 95 overall of the draft.
I wonder what team is next. Wonder what team is gonna pull it on Jake Fromm.
We're wondering. There a lot of these rankings don't have him as the number one available too. They have the kid from Washington over him.
ESPN has Jake Fromm number 1, and Jacob Eason number 2. So a guy a lot of Vikings fans are hoping for was Amik Robertson, who is number 4 on the list right now. A lot of Vikings fans want a defensive tackle, but right now I'm not sure that the value is there on a lot of those picks. What a pick that would be kind of fun right now would be defensive end Curtis Weaver from Boise State.
Just make a run on these Boise State guys. The Vikings are up in 10 picks. The Broncos are picking right now. As I was saying, their pick is in. They're just doing their gibber nonsense on like they need to go in depth about the 95th pick over here. But yeah.
Hey, they have after you guys doing almost a 3-hour show, you have to respect their ability to blabber nonsense.
I said it before you logged on, man. I said, I think about the Le Batard show. They do 3 hours every day, and then he goes on to do highly questionable. Kudos to those guys. Now, we haven't taken a break, so it's like it's really hard, but these guys do this every day, and they have to be fun, and so my hat goes off to them for sure.
Jeff Schwartz's draft grades are in, and he's given every team an A+ for the draft so far,
except for Minnesota.
Nope, every team.
Every team. Wow.
Every team gets an A+.
That's a good point, Andrew. There's definitely the potential for some really sloppy football coming up this season, especially if they have little to no training camp, a shortened preseason. If they jump right into regular season, you could be looking at the whole first half of the year before teams really feel like they're up to speed and going with this. It's
This
going to
has got to be the last draft for the Packers GM. Oh, the Packer fans I follow on Twitter are so bitter right now.
I'm still here right now. I gave a shout out to my buddy James earlier. He's texting me. He's like, the Green Bay draft just keeps getting better and better. They are royally screwing this draft up.
The Packers have yet to draft a wide receiver in one of the deepest drafts at position in 10 years.
I think the last receiver they took was what? Javon Walker. I heard that on Pat McAfee.
It's just
I don't know.
It's a glaring position of need with all the and Rodgers came out and said he's like, I don't care that you were undrafted or a walk-on. I don't care about what your story is. If you're out there in the practice, you're out here practicing with us, and you're going to play in the game Sunday, I want you to give me like all of your effort. I don't care what your name is. And he's like really pushing these guys. Like this came out of that man's mouth last year, and you don't address it at all. That's so funny to me. Oh my God. Well, I can't say that at all. They got Devin Funchess. So
I mean,
that's why.
Here's the thing, though. What if Green Bay surprises all of us and is like, hey, Antonio Brown?
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't that be something? I mean, he might be a clown, but I don't want him in our division, and I don't want him on Green Bay.
No. Absolutely not.
Antonio Brown to Green Bay?
No, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
Matt Miller says Cam Dantzler is a day one starter in the NFL.
Really?
That's Matt Miller for you. Big fan.
So there's 64 corners at least that'll start. He was top 10 in those corners in this draft. I'm thinking about some of the top names. I don't know. I don't know if the math is right on that one.
Jim Suhan of the Star Tribune. Okay, Rick, you've done well. Go ahead and take a backup kicker.
Is that going to be when we're all going to lose it if the Vikings draft a kicker?
If they keep it up like they are right now, honestly, I don't give a shit. I really don't. He's not going to make it over Bailey, so you got to do something with these picks.
Dude.
But, who knows? Who knows?
If they... Let's not even talk about it. I don't even want to jinx it, but...
The Brownies pick is in. And who knows who it'll be. We won't know until the commission tells us. Or we look on Twitter. Yeah, this is what I hate about the draft, though. I wish that I could just get the news first from the TV, so there'd be that shock.
The draft before Twitter, like, that period of time before social media was as prevalent as what it is was
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of fun because yeah, you just sit down and the first round of the draft was just like,
A
oh my god,
spectacle.
yeah. Now,
It's like
like you
NFL
said,
honors the day before. You know what award is going to everybody.
why do they do that?
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. I've never watched that show because I can just go online and see who. Oh, well, here's who got it.
Exactly. I do the
That's
same
social
thing.
media. That's one of the negatives about it. Because I was
Yeah.
thinking about that for music as well. Like you guys know, I'm a huge Chris Stapleton fan, and he's doing an interview for like Good Morning America. Him and his wife are going to sing, and they're talking about that specific thing when he was blowing up. And they're like, "Yeah, somebody just walked in the room and told us we were nominated for a Grammy because they saw it on Twitter." I was like, what do you want your like management to come up and be like, guys, all our hard work is paid off, blah blah. It's like, no, it was like, my sister-in-law just came in and was like, hey, you guys are up for a Grammy, and it's like it's super underwhelming.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that's got to be a moment ruiner for some people. I like that shock and awe.
Scott was bringing up Mobo in the chat. There's an all-time great Minnesota Vikings draft selection, who definitely would not have been available to sign as an undrafted free agent.
I hope they made some money off marketing that pick at least.
Oh, they did, because I'm the dumbass who went to training camp and seen the Mobo jerseys and was like, yeah, I need me one of those.
Oh no, I don't need no bio break. I'm a camel, man.
Adam's a camel and Smith was deployed, so I'm sure he can hold it forever too.
Oh yeah, I can do this all day. Like Captain America, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
work
need no trip to Tinkletown.
I work retail. We don't get bathroom
I'm
breaks.
telling you right now, you guys. I know you can tell. I just didn't want to admit it out loud, but I am hurting really bad. I'm very
What-
tired.
You're in a
And,
different. What time is it for you? Is it?
Well, it's not that. Like I love staying up late. I love night shift. It's my favorite thing in the world. But
Yeah.
I got up at 6 this morning because I wanted to get the deal done on that Jeep. So I've just been traveling all day. And
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah. Just send me a
Super,
picture.
super nice.
Uh,
Traveling back and forth, but it's not the bio break, man. I'm sitting over here like. I feel like one of those 24-hour like marathons that people do. You're like, dude, how do they do this?
Well, you even held down shop by yourself for a little bit while I wrote an article. So
That is true, but that was a lot of people in the chat, just comment after comment. We'd highlight them and talk about them. So, shout out to you guys again.
I actually didn't know that he was playing tight end for Cincinnati, Scott. Did not know that.
That's
he's
the
there.
last thing that I saw, but I figured he had moved on. I didn't know that he was like he made the roster. That's
I mean,
dope.
hey, good for him. He's getting
Joe
himself a
Burrow
pick.
now. Maybe he'll make the team.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, but
okay, so pick 105 is the next Vikings pick, right?
Yep, and with the pick is in at number 98 for the Ravens, so we're getting close.
We are getting there, and that is a compensatory pick, right? So that's towards the very end of the round, correct?
I have to check that.
I'm trying.
Get a third. The comp.
I think if
pick-
you
the
pull
comp
up
pick
the
be-
Vikings
would the comp
website.
pick be for Richardson after he left?
I'm not sure which player it's for.
What number pick are we coming up?
105.
Round. What one?
105.
The Vikings are at 105. We're on 98 right now.
Yeah, it's a comp pick. Don't know for who, but you know what's gonna happen, right? You guys have stayed up waiting for this draft pick, and as the Vikings are on the clock, they're gonna trade. They're gonna trade into the fourth round, right?
I mean, probably. That would be a very Vikings thing to do.
Yeah. So do you think, like, pretend you're a college football player. You just got drafted into the NFL, but it's to the Cleveland Browns. How do you feel? On one hand, you're in the NFL.
It's the NFL. The money's got to be a huge factor, but it's just such a dynamic. Like, let's say you and I are in the same career field, and let's say we're computer guys, and I
Right.
go to work for somebody in a regional office that's respectable, and then you get a job at Google and you just take off. Yeah, we're in the same field, we have the same title, but your career is significantly different than mine. I feel bad for those guys, and it's got to be disappointing unless you're a tackle or somebody that's like not going to be in one of those like super judgy positions.
Right?
Like Cleveland took a tackle this year. As long as he's not just fucking terrible, he can be there for 6 years and nobody would care. Nobody's going to say much as long as Baker gets a little time. But if you're Baker and you go to the Browns, you got to be thinking like on the inside, internally, you just have to be screaming like
The pressure,
"Fucker, man, I went to the Browns of all the teams."
right? Like the pressure of being a top pick is it's going to be difficult no matter what.
Yeah.
Adam is on the bottom screen now.
Yeah, I had a power flash at my house, so
Ooh.
Lovely.
I hope there isn't more of them. But yeah, it kind of disappeared for a minute.
Jacksonville will be the worst place to go. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to Jacksonville because you know that team is going to London. Like, that's gonna happen.
I think about it too. Let's talk about that since we're just off in the Netherlands of these conversations now. Think about the market that you go to. If you're really good, that entire city, you're never going to have to buy a beer there. You're going to be a hometown hero. But what it comes down to, like, how long do you want to play? And is it like, I think of Joe Thomas, one of the most solid players we've seen at that position in a very long time. Played at a very high level all the years he played. But he was just on so many shitty teams.
Right.
And you got to think, yeah, the money's really good, but when you start losing like that all the time, it's got to like drain you mentally. That poor guy. But he went out there and played amazing. But, or what if you're one of those guys that like Laquan Treadwell, you go to a decent sized team and you're a first round pick and you got money, but then it's just no expectation. You know, which one could it be? Because you're going to get money in your bank account regardless. As long as you're healthy,
Right.
you're going to get paid. So you wonder, like, I guess it depends on the situation, you know? The position is also a very big X factor in that question.
I still feel bad for Treadwell. Because by all accounts, you heard he was a hard worker, and he would stay after practice, and he would try to do on paper all the right things, and it just didn't click for him in Minnesota. I should get my Mobo jersey out of the closet.
And there's a guy that I know there, Tanner Muse, a safety from Clemson, going to the Raiders.
David O not looking like a big fan of that.
It's the only good thing for Clemson. They've got a fantastic head coach. They're just gonna recruit like crazy, but they are in such the conference to thrive. The ACC is not gonna challenge you like the SEC or the Big Ten. That's a big boy though, 227. That's a big safety. I like that. Going to the Raiders. There's another kid from Clemson over there that I know.
I refuse to call them the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm just not going to do it. They're forever going to be Oakland Raiders. Like,
oh, that's funny.
So Vikings Twitter once again wanting the Vikings to trade up for who knows who.
who?
I don't know.
Well,
think they
let's
know.
see. Diggs is gone, and
Yep.
Winfield is gone.
Yeah.
Diggs went to what?
He went to the
Dallas?
Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. I actually kind of like that fit.
He can gamble there.
right
Their
on.
defense is good on gambling.
Right on. Winfield. Where did Winfield go?
Baltimore, I believe, right?
Baltimore or was it Washington?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
I guess I could look. I also have a phone.
Right here.
Tampa Bay.
That's right. He went to Tampa Bay.
Oh, he went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. He's going to get a Super Bowl ring.
He very well could, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I agree with Adder about Treadwell. Of course, you would want him to have all the success with us and be talking about,
Oh, absolutely.
we got to give him another big contract to stick around here. But you know what? I don't want to see him fail in Minnesota, and that's just me. As like he seems like a good kid, a hard worker. I don't know why it didn't work. He's got a family. I want to see
Right.
him do. I want to see him do well in Atlanta.
The only thing that sucks for him there, and I'm just calling a spade, is Julio Jones is still there, and he's still very much a good player.
Right?
And their number 2 is very good. So between those two, like, when is he going to get the opportunity to catch up?
Well,
That might be the perfect opportunity for him to slip in there. And
he seemed
contribute.
like he seemed like in Minnesota, once they finally realized he was a rotational guy and they were using him as a rotational talent, that's kind of when he had his most success with the team. So I don't know, being part of a rotation in Atlanta might not be that bad for him.
I just don't see him catching on. I guess I'm still basing this off of him being a first-round pick. Rather than
I know that's the difficult part with him.
because They're going to split those catches up a lot, but I mean, he had some really good, possession catches. I really liked some of those sideline one-hand grabs. I mean, the talent's there. It didn't show up as often, nearly as much as it should have. By the way, 101 at the Patriots here, and there's still 2 quarterbacks there.
Do they go Jake Fromm?
they might do that or Eason.
Yeah.
I'm trying to check Twitter right now to see if
Here's a question for the chat. Would you rather wear a Laquan Treadwell jersey or a Mobo jersey?
Oh, give me that Treadwell.
You going for the Treadwell, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
I do the mobile.
Yeah. I go Mobo because I already own one.
That's only because it's just people ask, like, who the hell is that?
Cameron Dantzler said to the Vikings, if they were to draft me, I would be a great fit for their organization. I want to bring a Super Bowl to the organization.
Solid
I like that.
answer.
I like
Solid
that.
answer. I like that.
Well, the Vikings are contenders, and they only need a few pieces to help put them over the top. And helping out on defense to cover up for these losses, that'd be a big way to help. And he's got the size, and he's got some skills to bring it and make it happen. So, fingers crossed.
You know what else I like too? 18 seconds ago, Minnesota Vikings Twitter, me and Jay Jettas, Justin Jefferson, and we're talking about Dantzler here. Me and Justin Jefferson competed against each other and had some great battles. He's a great receiver, and I'm glad we're on the same team now. I like that. I like
Cameron
that.
Dantzler talked about having some great battles for 3 years against Vikings' new draftee, Justin Jefferson of LSU. So those
haven't
two are
had a-
familiar with each other. I like that.
I haven't had a chance to watch much of Jefferson yet, but I like what I see from him.
Patriots love tight ends.
Did they take another one?
Dalton Keene, tight end, Virginia Tech.
Jesus.
Who's gonna be throwing? What-
I still want to know where the hell
Well,
Cam Newton and Jameis Winston.
I was just gonna say Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, and even fucking Bill Belichick is crazy. Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Andy
Get the red
Dalton.
rifle out there.
I'm telling you, he's gonna take Andy Dalton and turn him into a Pro Bowler.
Andy Dalton would be so good up there. He's not awful. I think he's like the baseline of mediocre, but up there he would be fine.
Andy Dalton is just good enough that it makes it. There's a reason why it's took them this long to replace him. But you also man, you got to be in a really, really good situation to win with him.
Purple for the win on Twitter. Dalton Keene sounds like the protagonist from a Nicholas Sparks novel, who, no doubt, is about to find love with an inevitable tragic ending.
I love that game. I love the looks like and the sounds like game so much.
Hey, thanks for joining us, David. I haven't been here the whole time, but it's been a lot of fun.
Cameron Dantzler says his nickname is The Needle in high school because I was always skinny, but when I hit you, it hurt.
That's
The
funny.
Needle, because I did a lot of steroids. Wait a minute.
There's a couple
Roger-
places you could have gone with that, so I'm glad. Glad you went that way.
Justin Jefferson on Twitter 38 minutes ago. Yes, sir, Vikings. Cam Dantzler 3 is the real deal. I like these endorsements that people are having. There's a lot of positivity going on with this.
I like the way this locker room sounds like it's falling together. Patriots look at both the UCLA tight ends. Why not?
Hey, man.
Alex Highsmith didn't. Oh, I'm thinking of Hightower. What was his first name? The running back.
Dante Hightower?
Was it Dante?
No,
Dante?
he's like the linebacker for the Patriots.
Oh, the running back, Hightower. He was with Arizona for a while.
Yeah. Tim Hightower. That doesn't sound right, but I guess it is.
What the hell was his name?
I just had to plug my phone into the battery. Yeah, if you're watching on your phone, you probably had to charge it a little bit because we're going on 3 hours and 13 minutes here, and
No, it was Tim Hightower.
yeah,
Tim Hightower.
Alex Highsmith from Charlotte. What up, dude? 20 career sacks. He's a walk-on. First Charlotte player
Damn.
to earn AP something. Thanks for the graphic going away, ESPN. Yeah, shit. I was reading that.
Oh, wow.
The pick is in for the Eagles. Good. So Philadelphia just put their pick in, then the Rams, then the Vikings.
what is this? 2 of the top 4 players according to Miller tight ends.
They need tight end help. I mean, you can't like. I don't think that it ever falls like that very often, where both the players back to back in your selections of the same position group. But whatever. It's Bill Belichick. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Moses Hightower from Police Academy. There we go.
Wow.
Now that's a good one.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good
Well done,
reference.
That woke me up real good there. That's a great.
We are all for the police academy.
That's such a
Me and
Here
a
at the
friend, when I
podcast.
was in college, we did a paper for Prob and Statistics where we watched all the Police Academy movies, counted the number of times we laughed, and then did a laughs per minute paper based on the Police Academy movies.
Do you
That
remember
is the
numbers?
most awesome and bullshit reason to do a paper about police academy.
Do you remember what the average was?
I remember that Mission to Moscow did pretty well, but I think that Citizens on Patrol did the best.
He remembers the breakdown of each film. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, God.
Oh, you ain't gonna get this in E
That's
ESPN.
That's right.
The Rams pick is in, and then Minnesota's up right after.
Can we talk about how terrible the Rams logo is
Oh, it's bad.
again? Looking at it,
We
it's
can
okay.
always
It's
talk about that.
It's even worse when you look at it shrunk down, like on your phone, because everyone else looks like football teams, and then it looks like there's a fucking basketball franchise. It looks
does.
it looks like a basketball logo. I don't get it. I don't know what they did with that, but they'll be backtracking on that logo in a couple seasons.
Andrew, what are you talking about? Mannion to the Pats. What are you talking about down there?
I hope
Trading
that's accurate.
We don't even have to trade.
Yeah, you can just have him for.
You can just have him. You just take him.
So this is a lot better than it started yesterday. Mike Hughes, Jeff Gladney, Holton Hill, Chris Boyd, Nate Metters, Mark Fields, Seals Criminal Hall.
Yeah, I feel good about the Vikings cornerbacks now. I don't think we need to draft another one. I think
Which
we're good.
means Mike Zimmer will take another 3.
Maybe one
like-
more for camp or something.
I like
don't
me
mind
some Holton.
competition.
I like me some Holton Hill.
I like Holton Hill a lot. If he can knock
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in the head, he's a good.
Yep.
If he can not get arrested and Mike Hughes cannot get hurt,
Damn,
we're doing all right.
the Vikings are trading the 105th pick to New Orleans. Of fucking course they are.
Are they really?
Yep. Classic 3rd round trade back. Jesus, come on.
Are we still going to be in the 3rd?
Depends. That was from Courtney Cronin as well, so this is legit.
Yep, I'm waiting to see what the pick is. But I see Cincinnati at 107, so I'm thinking they traded out of the 3rd.
I called it.
You did.
Yep,
Yeah.
Vikings will get 130, 169, 203, and 244.
What the fuck are they doing with all these picks?
So they added 3 extra picks.
Oh my god, this is getting ridiculous.
I love Rick Spielman. He is a mad genius of bullshit.
So for moving down 25 spots, he picked up 169, 203, and 244.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of picks. I don't want to write about all those picks.
That's the most honest take of the night right there.
That's amazing.
That's too many
Uh,
picks. Too many.
What are we going to do? We can't pay.
Are they gonna go? This just fuels more dumbass speculation to go get Trent Williams, and I don't like it. You're not gonna
Do
use
they-
all of these picks right here.
Is that accurate? Is that accurate? We have 17 picks.
Total? Yes.
Holy shit.
I mean, what are you gonna do with all those?
Well, the Vikings only have what? I think it was 51 rostered players right now.
Yeah? I mean,
So if they make 17 picks, that'll bring them up to 68.
I don't think he's going to trade for Trent Williams. I don't feel like that's coming for this team.
No.
Which means as soon as we're done recording, it's going to happen.
I'm not sure who the Vikings either didn't get that they wanted at this point, or how much
Yeah, who are
talent
they?
there is right now that they think they can trade down and get better players. Because I'll admit, I was in the camp that thought, okay, the Vikings will pick here, and day 3 we'll see them trading up to get some of the players that we're dropping. Instead, we've got a day 3 that's just going to be packed with picks.
God, these are so funny. Twitter is.
I don't know. I'm looking back at the last few picks, and I don't really see anyone that would have jumped out for being like, I bet that's who Minnesota would have targeted, would have
The Saints
coveted.
grab Adam Troutman. Oh, my writers on the Viking Age are like, well, I guess I'll do the first 4th rounder tomorrow.
Arif Hassan 2 minutes ago. The Vikings are going to have a really stacked practice squad.
Okay, that's good.
Oh,
That's
you
funny.
piece of Shit. I wish I didn't laugh at that. That's so funny.
Hey, at least it's not negative. I'll give him that.
Oh, that's actually very funny and clever. Oh, that's
Yep.
so funny.
That's good stuff.
People are mad.
Oh, yes.
Hey, people, 4th and 5th round picks make the team too. If you forgot, we just traded one away for a first.
13 picks tomorrow.
Jesus Christ.
Here's a good one from Twitter. With the entire 7th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select. We will take all of them.
Buy one, get one free.
Well,
So we got going on.
I think we're gonna call it a night here, guys.
You
Oh, no.
go for hour.
We've got 2 picks to go through. We're finishing this
No, we're gonna finish it. I'm just throwing out the general.
because Baltimore's the last one here, right?
Should be, yeah. Baltimore and then Cincinnati and Washington. So yeah, this is the last pick.
Yeah, Baltimore is the last pick here. We're watching the highlights on Troutman, and Baltimore made their pick, so Minnesota didn't trade back up for anything there.
You guys are troopers, man. 3 hours and 20 minutes. This is definitely something cool. Like all the joking aside, this is something really cool.
This is fun. I like doing this.
My nerdy personal life, I never thought starting this tonight that it would do this. This is cool.
This is cool. Yeah.
Even if it's a total shit show, it's still.
I still can't believe you guys hung out this long, especially a lot of you guys that hung out here from the very beginning. Even if you're just typing every once in a while or listening along, or asking some questions or commenting, having some fun. It's awesome that you guys stuck with, because this, to me, I usually go to draft parties with friends, and because of everything, I haven't really been able to. And I'm glad that I was able to spend my NFL draft with you guys.
Yeah, right on. It makes it a lot of fun. We trade picks to get Clyde back for free.
Also, this is the update. Thank you, Adder.
Okay.
Adder, you're the MVP tonight.
What if we take half of that, what's on the screen, and get Stephon Diggs back?
That's funny.
See, with those picks, we could have gotten any. We can get anything from Houston. What do we want?
It's true.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so true.
JJ Watt.
Yep, packaged together, couple 4 or 5, couple 6s, a few 7s.
Yeah, we'll toss in a next year 7th round pick, JJ Watt.
The pick is in for Baltimore. Oh, he's shaking his candy jar. There's your personality.
Cliff.
Oh, no, I don't think we're going tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath, bro. There's no. That's like somebody said earlier, like an hour or two ago. They're like, at this point, these are just names on screens, dude. We're way past that at this point.
We still have a few players left we know. Those quarterbacks are there, and we've got the Minnesota wide receiver, and there are some players left that we are familiar with. But I'll be honest, tomorrow is going to be mostly a crapshoot of just trying to put players with names. So that's probably not the best.
Yeah, the fun part becomes when they're on the team and you can look at, like, hey, here are the apparently 17 players that we've drafted. You can sit down and start to watch game tape on the players that are your new Minnesota Vikings, and you can get to know them. I always think that is fun for me as a fan to sit down and do.
All right, so that's officially the end of the 3rd round, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll have my what to expect piece on the Vikings offensive lineman they drafted. I'll have that up on the Viking Age in the morning. I've already got a short blurb that I wrote about him up there already, and we got a train going through, which is pretty cool.
That's on my end. Can you guys hear that?
I can hear that chugga chugga choo choo.
Sure can.
My window's open.
But yeah, please watch for that over on Viking Age. And of course, I also got stuff going on over on Undead Walking. So check that out if you get an opportunity. And since you've hung out already for 3.5 hours, maybe do it tomorrow, get some sleep, rest up.
Right on.
It's been a long night.
Thank you.
You guys got anything you want to plug?
No, check out Adam's work here. I have it up on the screen until we leave. Go to the Viking Age. Check it tomorrow night. Whenever you get done after dinner or something late in the day, Adam should have these up. Interact, like I said, whenever he had to take a break after the first pick we had, just interact with his things and boost.
Tomorrow's gonna suck. Too many picks.
Yeah, he's gonna have a day.
What are you gonna do when the Vikings trade and they have like 4 picks in a row?
Stab some people, I guess. I don't have a lot of options. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, everyone. And it's been a long 3.5 hours, but I'm glad to have spent it with you all. I'll have Discord up if you guys want to chat a little bit during the draft. We won't be going live, but hang out with us on Discord if you like. It'd be fun to talk about some of the Vikings picks and try to figure out who some of these people are as we watch along. Well, for both Kyle Smith and Kyle West, I'd like to wish everyone a happy night. Enjoy day 3 of the draft tomorrow, and stay classy.